Yes, sir, chat. We here. SummerSlam. Off the hip. Unwelcome your thoughts. My brother Razor. My brother Snake Eyes. We in the building, chat.
Yes, sir.
Back, man. Epic night. Epic fucking night. Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody that's gonna tap in here live. Shout out to the bros. Coming off an amazing show. Can't wait to talk about it, man. Crazy, man. Crazy. Could it be one of the best shows we ever seen? Might be. Out the arena, big smile, handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. Can y'all hear me talking?
Yes, sir.
Are we live?
Yep.
I don't think HD can hear me. Can you hear me?
He stepped away, I can tell.
we all live. I was letting that intro run out. Hold on, my bad. I'm here though. We here.
Oh no, I don't hear it. I don't hear the shit.
You don't hear the intro? You heard the intro, Razor?
Yes, sir.
You ain't hear this?
Word to my mother, I ain't hear it again. You know when you talking over that shit.
That's wild.
Yeah, I swear to God I didn't hear it, bro.
About to say we had the intro rolling out, but that's about so on. Yeah, and you was hearing silence. Nah, it makes sense though. And he was hearing the silence. I was listening to the we hear though.
Yeah, no.
Real quick, gentlemen. Throw them ones at one time. The king is back. The tribal chief is home.
Yeah. OTC. There's only one.
Yeah, that OTC is right.
It's only one. The aura is back.
And that remix. Woo!
Yeah. Man, yo, bro, come on, son. The remix. Hey, yo, hold on, HD. The remix is crazy. The remix is before it even dropped. It was crazy. The aura was immaculate. Come on, man.
Shout out to TikTok. You guys put that out in the universe.
Yo, son, come on, only off the hip, man. You feel me? We really be speaking life into the universe. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to everybody that's tapped in with us, man. Woo! I see y'all out there. Jay Will, I really followed you. Big Billy Bill, man. I appreciate everybody out there. Yes, sir. On the ones up tonight, baby. Man, it was an amazing evening from start to finish. He said he called most of it. Ooh, man. Yo, shall we just get right into the beginning match?
Hold on. You doing the Alvin and the Chipmunks again, right, Razor?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Alvin back. I make sure Alvin ain't here first.
Here we go again. See,
Jay Will,
SummerSlam is so wild. You should know what to do.
Everybody, you know what I mean? I'm live on my YouTube too, so everybody that tap in, salute. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody.
Love to everybody.
Mr. Cronkite is back. Am I still? I don't know what's like. I gotta update a drive or something over here. Like,
you still doing it, my brother?
Real quick.
Still?
Yeah,
still?
A little bit.
You can't let you go out like that. We can't. We need to be here. Hey, find out you got a Timu mic.
Right, like go one week. we still.
I mean, he did buy a shitload of merchandise from Timu.
You know what I'm saying? We got the reviews coming soon. Watch out for that episode. You feel me? Making content out of everything. Is it still messed up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Listen, man.
Triple H, let us
on the record. I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all might not like my takes tonight, but fuck it. I'm going how I feel. I'm saying how I feel.
It's only proper.
I'm saying how I feel, man. Call it in the moment or whatever. You know what I mean? We just watched the amazing showcase from start to finish, man.
Like you've been saying, it's a fucking movie.
Like, you know, it's one thing to anticipate something, but then when it's actually happening in a moment, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, the goosebumps. It's like, yo, shit crazy. Shit crazy. My boy back, man.
Yes, sir. I hope it go good now. If not, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
be
sound better. There you
Much
go.
better.
There you go. There you go. We here.
You know, I'll be having 1,000 tabs open, Razor. I had to close some of these joints out.
Come on, it's family friendly for the most part. You know better, you Socio.
Had
You
these
trying to find
joints
out.
open.
You trying to find out where you know who went to go chill for the night.
You feel me? We trying to find out the good. Where did Dom take live?
Ooh-wee. Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's
Let's
get
get
to it,
to it.
man.
The opening match is SummerSlam, y'all. We got the Women's Raw Championship on the line. We got Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley.
Accompanied by
Ooh,
her dirty Dominic, her poppy.
Dirty D. Yes, sir. Dirty Dom. Oh boy, out there. How y'all felt about this match? I think this match, like, it really lived up to. I seen some stuff out there, Rhea Ripley doing like them spots with her shoulder.
It popped out like 3 times.
Man,
But that scene where she just ran it into the announce table, popped it back in, that girl built different.
that was a nasty. That was
Man, I'm gonna be real, man. Let's cut the shout out to my nigga Dom, man, for all the dogs, man. For all the dogs out there, for all the niggas, man. Listen, man. My nigga went and he chose his woman. You feel what I'm saying? He chose. You dig me? Shout out to Rhea Ripley. The match was fire. Very entertaining all the way through. But at the end of the motherfucking day, my nigga Dom chose Liv. Your man came up on a turnbuckle, distracted the referee. I was like, what's going on? I'm gonna be real. I know y'all probably felt the same way. I'm like, hold on, what's going on? Like, is he trying to distract her for real? You know what I'm saying? And then when I seen Liv capitalize, I'm like, nah, Dom, you ain't doing this, bro, right? You ain't really doing this, right? Nah,
the
he did it.
swindle. The swindle rule happened.
Dom
Because I'm
did
not gonna
it.
lie, that moment where he told Rhea, like, yo, don't use the chair, you're not gonna win a title. I'm like, all right. I'm
That
thinking
made a
he on
lot
her
of sense,
side.
though. That made a
Yeah,
lot of sense.
it did. So
Right.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, oh, all right, he on Rhea's side for real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then we get that moment. You seen that smirk too after the match concluded. I'm like, oh man.
Dom, you a dead man walking, my boy.
Is
Mommy
he?
gonna fuck you up.
Is he? I don't know it. I don't know if we can say that. He might
Priest gonna
have
fuck you
friends.
up. Mommy gonna fuck you up.
He might have friends, man.
This
What
might
Carlito
work
gonna
in his
do?
favor.
What Carlito gonna do?
No, I ain't talking about Carlito, man. It's another person by the name of Finn Balor, man. You know, I don't think, you know, they both got a relationship with Liv Morgan, man. That might be something, you know.
It definitely
But
might be
damn,
something right there. It
damn,
might work
damn.
out in
I
their
mean, at the end of
favor.
the day, Finn still got gold, like we was talking about on last episode. Finn still got gold, Liv still got her gold. Dom is playing his role. At the end of the day, the other cats lost everything. You know what I'm saying? They lost everything tonight. So yeah.
Rhea come home with
But, but,
nothing. Damian
but
lost
back
his.
to that moment real quick. Dom engaging the kiss
Yeah.
in
Lifting
front
her
of
up off
Rhea
the floor. Diabolical. Lovely.
and did the Eddie Guerrero.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna go. Dom is the top heel in WWE right now.
Oh,
He is
most
the top
definitely.
heel, but he's been that for like a few years. If you take Roman Reigns out the equation for what Roman Reigns brings to the game, like Dom has been that, like the star player, like you know what I'm saying? Like,
Tonight was Dom
so I
saying
know
it
he
to
getting a
me.
hell of a bonus for this shit. That man's married. Like this nigga, it's
He's
like, come on,
reaching.
son.
He's
He
reaching
living
that
niggas'
Latino
lives. Like,
heat.
who don't want to have two joints in front of the world? Who don't want to do that in front of like 80,000? I'm about to kiss this bad joint. Like this, I ain't even had to wrestle. I just came out to kiss a bitch today. Like Dom is that nigga. Like Dom is one of them. Like
The
Modern
women
day
on
Eddie
one man,
Guerrero.
the men matches they
Yeah,
ain't me.
fact, Eddie, the new Eddie.
Yeah, we watching the modern day Eddie Guerrero right in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Like that take me back to when Eddie used to come out with the Rose with China and all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he was playing it
Mm-hmm.
up.
How would y'all
Beautiful
rate the
segment.
match though? Like just like it's like the match. From out of
At
5
least a
stars.
4.5 out of 5. At least 4.5.
All right, you doing
I'll,
5?
I'll go
Out of 5
4.5.
stars.
Because
I was on a 10 scale. I'll drop down to a 5 scale. I want to say a 4.5. I think the only thing that killed it for me was when they started going back to her shoulder like too many times. I felt like the first time was really like oh, she might have just like it still might be real, whatever, but just like the very last time when she went to the turnbuckle and I'm like, all right, they doing it one too many times, but overall fire match. They told a great story right there. Even in the beginning when Liv kept running out the ring and Rhea was frustrated trying to catch her, and then Rhea had to like stutter step her to you know what I'm saying, to finally catch her. I was like, oh yeah, like that type of stuff is fire right there.
What a way to kick off that show.
Facts. Great opening.
Hell yeah.
It's an opening, man. Like we expect the 5 miles to be dropped at the end of that shit. And I'm sure everybody was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Hey yo, let's talk about Rhea Ripley, man. Rhea in that ring looking disgusted. I know she was shocked. Got a feel for her, man, in that moment. She really watched everything. Like, think about everything in that moment. Like, this bitch got my title, this bitch got my poppy, this bitch got this bitch.
No, Poppy turned his back on me after all I did for him.
And Liv is the only one. Liv is the only person to beat her in singles competition the last 2 times. She has lost her last 2 times in the ring has been to Liv Morgan, by the way. Let's add that stat to it. So
And
now
also
it's
touched on
becoming
that
real.
beat Ronda twice.
It's coming personal. This shit finna go to another level. You know, Rhea ain't leaving this shit alone. This shit finna go up.
And the prospect that like even like worse shit could be revealed later on, like, oh, we've been planned it. Like Rhea really gonna be hurt even more, and this is just gonna anger her even more. So, like you said, just her that imagery of her sitting there in the ring, like just feeling like she lost everything for real, got played. Yeah, that shit was a moment. And you know what's funny? They just walk off like a little happy couple, Dominant and Liv, like no kid, no worries in the world. Like
I said,
crazy
I'm
too,
taking
like,
everything from Rhea.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Like, remember the spot outside the ring for the moment when Rhea was kind of dragging Liv. You know, Dom was laughing. Rhea was real excited. Like, grabbed Dom, licked him. She really thought she had anything other. Like, you licked this nigga. He just did you crazy? Like, Dom really pulled one of them playing Jones tonight. Like, shout out to him, man. Like, and I'm gonna be real, man. Like, everything was perfect about that shit. Like, he picked the title up for Liv. Like, grab your shit. Like. Everything was like, nah, like I got you, like you good with me, like chill. Shout out to my nigga Dom, yo.
Nah, I definitely fucked with that right there. After that, we got Razor's Call as the fastest match of the night.
No, we can't do that. We can't treat the people. We can't do this to the people. To the people that was watching it with us, we don't want to make mistakes.
You know better.
Off the hip, we are great at this. Right after that, we end up in the locker room with Judgment Day trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Right.
And what did we see?
And Campeon coming like a bat out of hell. Where is he? The fuck's he at? Goes to Finn. Where is he? Pulls him up real close. Like about to shake him off some shit. Like he's ready to just die for this shit. Like he wants blood.
Yoked him up. Yoked up Finn.
Yoked him up, HD.
Had his collar with the bacon collar, you heard? It was over for that after. I had to feel like Snake's been caught. The involvement of Finn right there, that just cemented it even more. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And the other PLEs prior, we ain't see nobody interfere or even Finn do what he did tonight. Now, could that backstage segment been the last straw? Or this was the perfect execution? Like, Dom just executed with Liv, and now it's time for Finn to finish the plan with Damien. You know what I'm saying? And that'll fuel Snake's theory even more.
And that progresses ends for Monday night. Because like I said, this chapter.
Yeah. Now go ahead, raise my bad.
I'll go say this chapter is we're barely like on the sentence 2 of page 1 of this chapter. So like we got a lot to read and digest with this.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though. When your man Yoke fin up, man, yeah, like you said, I kind of like, damn, why would you do that right now? Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? You got one of the biggest matches of your career coming up. Like, why would you trigger him tonight? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you do that?
Not a smart move by Damian Priest, right? Like it could have been the inevitable. It could have been something that was going to happen regardless, or that moment could have fueled it even more. Like Razor said, we'll find out on Monday. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna get more answers to these questions that we have.
No, but maybe like if he don't yoke him up, do Finn fuck him?
That's,
Like, do we fuck him tonight? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He
Like,
might have been a champion tonight. He might have, been a champion another day. You know what I'm saying? He let his emotions get the best of him at the wrong time when it's like, I can really hurt you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
and like, just to throw it out there, like it don't seem like he planned this out with Gunther. Like he took a kick to the head, unless that was part of the plan too. You know what I'm saying? So, but
But
we'll
again,
get to that,
as
man.
we definitely will get to that. But as you were saying, next up,
versus Sami Zayn.
and no shortage of excitement whatsoever, picking up from the flames that Liv and Rhea set before them. Out the gate, Braun's trying to take his head off, run through him. Running into the poles, running like a bull stare red.
Yeah, the pace of the match definitely felt like Braun meant business. He wasn't going in there to play no games. Sami Zayn felt that vibe, so he's trying to counter that. Oh, he just tried to throw a spear at me. I'm going to try to hit him with the haluva kick.
I'll make him slip.
You feel me? So I like that quick back and forth action by them. I think it's safe to say.
Again,
yeah, it's like Snake said, it's Braun Breaker's moment. I felt he was gonna get the moment. It would have been better served for him at SummerSlam rather than Money in the Bank. Now, I still stand on that. I feel like him getting the title tonight was beautiful. Like when they mentioned the history of people that won at SummerSlam in terms of like Intercontinental champions, you got the Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, Stone Cold. Like just to throw your name.
Not only that, the last time the name Steiner was at SummerSlam was 31 years ago.
And you had Pop and Uncle in the building.
Fire.
Witness that, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna be real. Shout out to just like Razor was saying on the other episode, man. Sami Zayn, you ain't. I don't even know why you showed up tonight. Like, I don't even know why you showed up tonight, man. Braun Breaker walked you down, man. Walked you down, man. He tried to end it out the gate, like I said. Like you know what I'm saying? But he kind of like the first time he seen him in the ring, like he said, he kind of took him, ain't take him serious. Braun understood the assignment tonight.
Yeah, he was on his body. He wasn't letting him breathe. There was no time to like, you know what I mean? Play games, dance around. Like you said, he understood the assignment. He went in with a mission and mission completed.
And once again, how clean is that Frankensteiner?
Nah, he's always hitting that shit beautifully too. Like that
he hit all the family greatest hits except for the camel clutch and Scott's belly to belly.
he didn't do the camel clutch at one point in NXT.
I don't think so. I don't think he's done that little step over belly to belly either.
That'd be a nice little addition to his bag right there if he could add that too. Cause like I don't want to keep jumping around, but like Gunther adding the sleeper back into his bag too. Like we're gonna get into that later. Like it proved well tonight. You know what I'm saying? Always having that extra finisher in your bag just to keep the match going and shit. But Braun Breaker, I can't wait to see what he going like. What's next for him? To be honest,
if you're Triple H, do you let him don the chainmail headdress?
I don't see why not.
Let him like this. They say let him embrace his family roots, his birthright to a degree. Do you let him take that step, or you just keep doing his own thing?
I mean, I feel like there's only one person we can see that's going to challenge him out the gate. Y'all should know who it is.
You feel it's Ilya?
Absolutely. Ilya is coming straight for that smoke immediately.
Yeah.
They kind of got bad blood.
Yep.
So there's that. But
You really think that
it's a B&B.
Ricochet tier ain't coming back?
It was funny they showed him on the package. I think that was like a little, Easter egg possibly. Maybe a send off. Yeah, part of the story, whatever. You got Ludwig that also got hurt by Braun. You could throw him in the mix.
Right.
But Ilya is the more...
Any person that Braun been terrorizing could be on deck. You know what I'm saying? That he been terrorizing. For sure.
The next match of the night. Logan Paul versus LA Knight.
Yeah.
A very underrated match that turned out to be very good.
Also, I do like
entertaining match, man. This was.
I love how Cole brought up that LA was rocking the Jordan Game 6 gear or inspired gear. Because, like I said, LA Knight, he's had several opportunities. Close but no cigar. Is this the moment? Is this where you separate yourself from that pack and you actually step up and actually make yourself the marquee of the bright lights?
I want to
he fully delivered.
His flowers. That brother's a showman. Can't be SummerSlam without showmanship. Shout out to MGK pulling up. Pulled up with MGK. Get the crowd involved.
Looking like Slenderman as a security guard.
Hey, everybody used to diss him about having that Prime logo in the ring. But tonight I seen about 3 other sponsorships in that ring with it. Am I wrong?
You had Prime, you had
cell phones. I seen chicken wings. Yeah, we see. Niggas is following suit.
Straight Talk Wireless might be my new provider.
Let's give credit to my man Logan Paul for setting the paving the way for that. You know what I'm saying? Salute to that brother.
That was the smartest move that WWE could have made at that moment, allowing this man to cook and get, present that to them and not just shoot that down. Mm-hmm. Cause we just seeing them like do other shit, but that right there, it give it that. You see that done in other sports, UFC and boxing. And my fault, I didn't mean to cut you off. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
you
gonna say,
Gucci. Mm-hmm. What you was gonna say?
What I was just gonna say is like, his title reign ended, obviously, to LA Knight. Well deserved, you know what I'm saying? But when you think about the exchange, you know what I'm saying? Triple H, I'm gonna put this belt on you. What are you gonna do for me?
We're gonna find out.
I feel like Logan Paul has brought shit. He's brought shit to WWE since he's been here. He's added to the brand. He didn't. Yeah, he's worked on his skills and he's added to the brand. He's brought investment. He's brought a lot of things to the game. You know what I mean? So I expect him to still stay around. Would he have that still same energy without the title on him? Would he care as much still? That's the question. You know what I'm saying?
I think for me, like I was saying yesterday, like I don't know about his contract, but the United States belt, it was just used as like a little, it felt like a prop or something. Even like one could argue when he had it was a prop, but he actually took it places. Like he was taking it to these boxing fights with Jake Paul, wherever he was like he's making public appearances with the United States belt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
United States. Donald Trump's waist in the interview.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even on his own podcast on Impulsive, you might have seen that belt a few times just sitting on the table.
Just sitting right there while you're interviewing KD and shit like that.
Yeah, like, and that's huge. It's huge for the title because now it's like, whoa, like this is getting a public eye. Something like I never really seen nobody walking around with the United States title like that, like outside of you know what I'm saying? Outside of WWE. You only see that shit with heavyweight belt. You see the heavyweight champions walk around with their belts. You feel me?
It shows the influence that Logan Paul got as far as like with the youth, you know what I mean, his generation, you know what I'm saying, as far as the social media aspect and all that. And he connected all them dots, you know what I'm saying?
And one can argue,
though. He was the longest champion of everybody of the
longest champion. Oldest. And even with 2 defenses, I'm not gonna lie, like there was a wild story leading up to it. Cause like I want to say like the first 2 months of him having a championship was like them trying to figure out who gonna be his contender. I don't know if y'all remember, they did that whole tournament that was drawn out through a couple SmackDown episodes. Then he got the Kevin Owens, which eventually led to the triple threat we seen at WrestleMania, right? Randy and Kevin Owens. Then we get the match with him and Seth Rollins at what was it? One of the overseas PLEs. I think it was
show.
It was King and Queens of the Ring. No, that's where they fought.
Might have been, yeah.
So you know, all his work has been fire from. I want to say from when he got the belt from Rey Mysterio, even like all his prior work before getting the belt. But he's done a good job with the belt, being a heel, making main eventers want to contend for that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Kevin Owens, Randy Orton fighting for the United States.
Classic with Roman Reigns before he even had the belt.
yeah. Man, so again, LA Knight got his moment.
Also, real quick, I have breaking news. Jose Valenzuela wins by split decision.
Over Pitbull?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough. To the back of the line, Pitbull. Well, that Tank shit, that shit. Now I gotta watch that fight out. I gotta watch that shit over.
How y'all feel about LA Knight getting his moment? Y'all feel it's about time or it's overdue?
Long overdue.
Long overdue?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, overdue. I'm with that. Overdue for sure. Definitely.
I'm looking forward to seeing what we'll do with him.
You look good with it. You look good with it.
So now here's my question with that.
All right, again.
Who do you line up first, Andrade or Melo?
I know you hate this, but shit, let's triple threat it out.
Honestly,
come on.
I would not be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah.
My only thing is, I'm thinking that too, but we got to get there, right? Like, what's the story going to be for that? Because right now, it seemed like Andrade got the momentum over Carmelo.
Fact.
And on SmackDown, they did touch on this winner is likely going to get the U.S. title shot, the winner of that beef.
I mean, maybe I'm gonna be honest too, though. Maybe we could get there after LA Knight runs the fades with each of them. Maybe you see the fade with Andrade first, then Carmelo, and then we spin when we get the triple threat or fatal four-way if Logan Paul want to put his name back in the mix.
Does he say I'm a rematch?
When you think about it, right? You said like, what is there for LA Knight? Like, what's on, right? He does have something a little there with Carmelo.
Yep.
Remember the little early on, just walking up like, you're like, man, what's this kid talking to me? Like, now LA Knight is like, nigga, I got this title. Like, you know what I mean? Melo might pull up on him asking for opportunity. And that's when Andrade might be like, fuck you asking for opportunity. I just beat your ass twice. Like, I need that.
Do you see LA Knight doing the open challenges kind of vibe?
Oh, you're forgetting two other folks that LA Knight has beef with. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. So here's my thing. Much like I've talked about with the IC belt, I can see a world in which the U.S. title gets maybe fatal forward, even an elimination chamber themselves down the road. Everybody got a division full of bodies.
I've always said this too. And I don't know if you remember me saying this, Razor. I missed the championship scramble matches. Now those haven't happened often. Maybe we've probably only seen like one or two. Maybe like a handful of those. But a championship scramble when you got a time limit in the ring and whoever gets the pinfall is the current champion. I think those matches were fun.
It's been a minute since they did that.
It's been a good minute since they did a championship scramble. Have about 4 to 6 dudes in the ring. And they all fighting within the 10 minute, 15 minutes, whatever fucking time limit. And whoever is the champion at the end of this, whoever won, got the last pinfall, is the champion. Fire. Because you could hypothetically see moments where this person held he got the crown, right? This is like capture the crown or capture the hill, right? So like this person got the pinfall, he's your United States champion for now, but at the end of the match, you're not going to credit him as being champion, right? Like we're not running up they numbers. Like they didn't do that back in the day in the championship scramble. Because I think Brian Kendrick, he was in the heavyweight one, right? Spanky.
Might have been. I know Jericho was in one.
It was somebody that had gotten a pin, or it might have been Jeff Hardy. I can't remember
Oh,
exactly who, but I felt like it was a
I think we
lightweight.
found our first watch along to hunt down.
Championship scramble matches. Yeah, they could do something creative with that because, like, we've been seeing so many triple threat matches. I feel like I wouldn't be opposed to seeing like a creative 5-way of like a 4-way, 6, like whatever it is. Put a little step behind it. They've been going down that road of paying homage to old stuff too. Again, we can get to the theories later, but
yeah,
y'all want to get on to the next match?
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it.
We got Bayley defending her WWE Women's title against Nia Jax. Hold on, the Queen.
I was saying, put some respect on her name.
Gotta put some respect. I stand corrected. Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax. Ooh wee. Now she didn't come to the ring. Yep, go ahead.
Nia Jax brings that energy, man. Nia Jax has that energy. She has that aura. She has that look. You know what I'm saying? Kill, kill, kill. Like her demeanor coming. I love the demeanor tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like she was on her bullshit tonight, and she had a plan too. She had a plan. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
Bayley,
we ain't see that type. We ain't see this. We ain't see that one coming either. I'm gonna be real.
No, not at all. But like I said in our group chat, Bayley brought out gear inspired by the infamous Hug Life moniker that she once donned many moons ago. Like I said, this is their first one-on-one in over 5 years. These two got history in the glory days of NXT.
Type shit.
Nothing short of spectacular. Bayley, you've done a hell of a job as champion, but it ain't your time right now, bro.
Bayley jacket was dope though. It was fire. That was a dope.
I'm glad Nia Jax is getting her moment because I felt like whatever it was that led to her release or her like being unhappy with her role, and obviously we know it's different creative now, right? So also within that time period, she took her initiative to still work out with Charlotte Flair, like you know what I'm saying, and get into ring shape so that when that number is called, she was ready to come back. She was ready, bro. So like to me, like shout out to her for still getting that work in the side and not like because there was times where I was reading up on like her updates and it was seeming like she wasn't gonna come back to wrestling. And then you know what I'm saying? We seen she got booked for the this is when AOP was doing their promotion. I forgot what it was. She got booked for that.
And that show never happened.
Right. So again, I'm glad she came back from the Royal Rumble moment. I was hoping that they did this for her, let her go crazy with the title. And then, yo, man, what happened tonight, though, also, I feel like I got to listen to the post show. Tiffy time. Man,
almost had it.
Do you feel like I feel like we're going to get to it on SmackDown, but it appeared like Nia Jax wasn't even aware of what happened and that like she didn't hear the music because she's celebrating with her, right? Like
just maybe.
What you feel, Snakes? What you felt about that moment? The attempted cash in, Nia Jax still getting the victory and celebrating with Tiffy at, or you think Nia Jax playing it cool?
I think that was the whole shit, to fake the cash in, like you know what I mean? Like you coming down to fake the cash in, you hear the music, and you think it's coming for you, you know what I'm saying? But it's really distracted for my sister winning. Like, but at some point, she's gonna have to make a decision.
I feel like Tiffy was looking at I don't know if it's me looking into things. Tiffy looked like when Nia Jax was holding up the belt at the end, looked like Tiffy kept looking at that belt.
Yo, I felt like it was a moment there for her to knock her with that shit. Right there, like
yeah.
Even though I wouldn't have wanted to see Nia just get this shit snatched from her, but if Tiffy would have hit her with that shit, I wouldn't have been mad, dog. I wouldn't have been mad right there. Man. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. That ass.
I thought it was gonna go the other way, where like when they were celebrating Nia Jax, I thought she was gonna attack Tiffy, to be honest. But we didn't go down that route. But it's interesting what you're saying that could have been the plan the whole time. But for me, like I said, looking at the end of that, I felt like Tiffy was looking at that. Like, do I really cash in on hers? Like, it's that temptation. That temptation's hard, right? You just a cashing away from your first ever heavyweight championship.
You got 11 months without briefcase still.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's a fact. That was a solid match, though. You know what I'm saying? Bailey showed some inner strength I'd never seen.
Yes, that power bomb out the corner.
Yeah, she held up for about 10 seconds with that.
It took a few
that's a female
steps
doing that now. That's a female, man. Like, yeah, shout out to Bailey for that.
Yeah, Bailey definitely showed her strength on that. I thought it was cool. Like, she showed a little homage to her old hugger outfit, like you were saying, Razor. Thought that was cool too. I'm an outfit guy. I like to see the fits. I'll be fit checking over here. You know what I'm saying?
We love the callbacks, and
yes, sir.
Like any good comeback, the next match was nothing short of callbacks.
Correct.
Now on to the main course, or the first of several main courses of tonight's evening. Man. The blood feud, arguably 8-9 months in the making. His first match in WWE, a singles match in 10 years. Michael Cole said the last time he was in a match, he was taking on the Shield. Roman Reigns spears Jon Moxley, where we see the first kink in the Shield, no pun intended.
And he dons
the Bret Hart gear. But before that, we get your boy, the Monday Night Messiah. He is a visionary. He is a revolutionary. He had a bedazzled tank top that would make Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair blush.
I say the referee shirt was fire. The pants though, the ref shirt was type dope. I'm like, hold on, you got the little where the black would be. It was like snake skin. I'm like, oh nah, they really, yeah. I'm like, nah, they finessed the design on that. But the pants though, I felt like man was at the disco type. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they needed the high waters. I'm like, man.
What were you thinking? Black tights or something, or what?
What happened?
What were you thinking? Black tights or something?
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. I really thought he was gonna come out with the Sean giddy up with the short shorts, but I guess that would have been too much of a callback, right? Like too much.
No, wasn't.
I'm so happy you didn't wear no fucking shorts to this match. What the hell you doing? You ain't wrestling. Like, I'm glad you. You know what I mean? The tank top was like it was the referee shit. I like. I mean, it was dope. It was something different. You know what I mean? Seth Rollins was gonna bring a different flair to it. You know what I mean? That was solid. The shit he walked out to, that shit on that dress shit. I don't know what that was. Like, he keep that. Like, that be
some kind of Becky Lynch's closet.
They was killing me with the opening promo of SummerSlam too, where you just see Seth Rollins do shit with the like whatever green shit he was wearing on that robe. And
they did it. Just made me think about that nigga Rock. Fucking walking clown emoji. Your clown show. Yeah, that's the only thing Rock kept saying to that nigga. He have no other jokes for that nigga. That's funny as hell. I'm crying. But nah,
and then you had Drew ready for a straight up fade.
I mean,
we talk about attire. Drew shit was cold. The green snakeskin shit, green, like that shit was fire.
That shit was giving me Green Arrow vibes from the DC the CW show.
Looking like some fucking Ministry of Darkness type shit.
Yeah, facts. Like, you went
down. By the way, Drew music is up there. One of the best songs in WWE. One of the best like themes.
It's the drums on.
One of the best entrances for real. His shit.
I see what you're doing here, Snake.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, that shit fire. That's my nigga Drew. Word.
I ain't gonna lie again, bro. The dopest shit. All three of us go to a wrestling show, bro. We gonna fucking turn that place up. I promise you, bro. All these teams, I'm telling you, we gonna Jey Uso shit. What? It's gonna be a party in there.
I'm gonna be looking like Pat McAfee.
Yo,
I'm eating all over the place, Cole.
I'm gonna get to Jey Uso later because something just wrong in my head with him. But we're gonna get.
Let's get back to the match at hand again.
Yes.
Bell to bell.
This is a classic.
Physicality.
I'm putting the C word on it. This is a classic match.
I agree.
One of those we're gonna look back on as for years to come. Like, and go ahead, Razor, because I know you want to get it to your round. You know what I mean?
So let's say leading off, you had Seth trying to tame both of them, saying, "Hey, I'm the man in charge. You listen to me. I call the shots." Trying to separate both of them, and they ain't trying to hear that. The whole time they was trying to hear none of that. They was ready to fight.
Yeah, shout out to my nigga Robert Log. When I see you, man, you chat spamming right now. I see you though, buddy.
Turn up the chat, man. Turn up. Nah, this match right here was definitely a classic because again, I always like to stand corrected, and I felt like Drew was gonna be he outsmarted Punk, and I was surprised that Drew was able to outsmart Punk, and it also showed me like. Also, we reminded every man has a weakness, right? Like you can want to fight for your family and all of that, but fighting for your family in the haste of the moment, you can make bad decisions. It can lead you to making some irrational decisions. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of times where I felt.
Back to the question.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you get put in that situation, right, your family on a lot of shit like that, do you have a choice?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like it can make you.
Predicament was put in like. You gotta think about it, right? Because I like the way like the angle was put on that in that moment because the angle we seen when they both was laid out, we couldn't really see the bracelet, but we could see Seth Rollins, and he kind of just like slipped and grabbed it and just like kind of just threw it on his wrist and kept like reference. So he had no malice intent when he picked it up. But you gotta think about it. As soon as CM Punk get up and then he notices and shit, and he see it not on Drew's on Seth, one of his other ops. He seen red, like you know what I'm saying? And that was like a turning point of the match for sure.
Because it's like we always say is imagery and symbolism, right? Let's say if that bracelet was a the necklace that everybody wears with somebody's picture on it. Yeah. Let's say if Drew had a possession of that and then you see Seth wearing it, that'll light you up too. So I understand what Snakes is saying about seeing Seth. Like he's like, how now you part of this? Hold on, how did you get honest, like
Drew was never supposed to have it? So now I'm a nigga got it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
No one is never supposed to have this. This got my wife and dog name. Like y'all niggas is violating.
Yeah, this ain't to be passed along to be touched by others. This is sacred.
Right.
And,
right.
Yeah. So,
but even like you guys touched on why they said hand over from the jump. Be like, my bad, here you go.
Right.
I just scooped it up.
That's true.
He could, right? But then on the same hand, just to play devil's advocate, Seth could be thinking like, let me not distract. I'll give it to him after the match, right? Like after the match is done.
Facts.
Because I could give it to you right here. I could give you this. And let's say for whatever reason, CM Punk is just adorning it. Like, yes, I got it back. And then Claymore.
The thing is that you're not just picking up any little item on the floor. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that, but I love that. You know what I'm saying? That was a big part in all of this. You know what I'm saying? And like,
yeah, the storytelling was immaculate. I'm not even gonna lie.
It gave Drew enough time to recover and you know what I'm saying.
Shout out to Stuff.
Do what he had to do. You feel me?
But also, let's not blow past this either. Punk threw the first shot at Seth with the GTS.
Yeah. Now that's why I was surprised. Remember, I said Drew was gonna attack Steph. So now this changed my whole dynamic. Like now, once everything comes to be, it's up between Seth and CM Punk.
Y'all gotta remember, fellas. That nigga CM Punk told Seth, don't be in my way, bro. You got my bracelet on. You yelling in my face talking about the company don't want me and all this shit. You disrespecting me. You got my family shit on. You are the ref. I can't even touch you for real. I'm trying to just like get with it, handle this dude. And you know what I mean? Man, F all this shit. That's what I think Punk just said. F this whole match. Fuck everything. Fuck both of y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't care about winning no more. But, unfortunately, Drew was able to, recover in that moment too and take advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Once it was the first roll up, remember when CM Punk was in the corner and Seth Rollins was about to hit Drew McIntyre with the chair. Drew moves, and then CM Punk has Drew rolled up for about like 4 seconds, and Seth is slow to count. I knew right there shit was going downhill for CM Punk. I'm like, yeah.
I will say this though, like, because there's a lot of little details in this shit about who may have did what to somebody first. But if you think about it, like, Drew had the advantage early on, and Seth was like kind of egging Drew on to kill him. Like, he's like, you say you want to kill him, like, kill him. Like, he kind of was doing that shit first, like egging Drew on first, bro. Turning his back, letting him slam his head through the dims. Like, he was like, Seth was kind of
like, you said you was gonna do it.
Yeah, like, he wanted Punk to get destroyed in there, but he had to kind of like let Punk have the same, you know what I'm saying, reign. But if he could stand there and watch CM Punk get killed the whole match, he would have let that shit happen, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially you seeing how he was just playing up on the ropes.
Like, that would, like, I think Seth played one of the best referees, special guest referees I've seen. Like, I love how he played this role in that shit, son.
Again, it was a beautifully told story right there. Seth Rollins, I agree. I wasn't expecting this to be this good. Like, he was entertaining as a referee. They had a lot of spots where I feel like they used him correctly. It wasn't like he was just out, you know what I mean? Like, just out there for most of the match. And like, you start asking, well, why'd y'all really put him in this match? Like, everything made sense. So for me, I was happy with, even with Drew winning, I was happy with how things turned out because it made sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
And for a second, before we move forward, because we cannot take this match for granted here. You know what I mean? Because we living in a generation where we just want to move on to the next thing. Like, what's next? What's next? What's next? Like, we so
no, we're gonna breathe
for you, right? But let's think about how we got here. CM Punk has not wrestled in so long. You know what I'm saying? Since the injury, this was his first in-ring match. You got Drew McIntyre getting one of his biggest matches of his career. CM Punk brought the nostalgia and everything to this match. CM Punk looked in great shape. CM Punk was out there getting busy. Let's give CM Punk credit. He didn't look like he was washed. He didn't look like he couldn't hang. He didn't look like he's done. No. CM Punk looked like he put in that work to be, you know what I'm saying? To continue to add to this beautiful brand we love, which is the WWE, man. So salute to CM Punk. I think he did excellent tonight. You know what I'm saying? For his first in-ring match back after a long time, all the injuries and all that, he did amazing out there. You know what I mean?
Now, CM Punk definitely looked good because from what we know, he walked out of there good and healthy. So that's always a plus. And I didn't see no slip-ups from him.
Yeah, so,
right. You feel me? Like, I felt like I didn't see no slip-ups. Everything looked good out there. He did what I felt like. He just stuck to his guns. You know what I'm saying? Match was definitely entertaining and fire.
Phil screwed Phil.
Nah, he did though. Again, when you not thinking, because even some of the, like, in a movie, right? We'll watch a hero get the job done. His family could be on the line, and he'll sit there and run like the transporter and get everything done. You feel me? Like Jason Statham in these movies. But this ain't the movies. You feel me? See that all of that you feel me? All of that built up, it was able to affect CM Punk's judgment, his decision making.
Now let me ask y'all this, because not only did he, which I want to say, he crashed out over his bracelet, he crashed out in there, lost it, you know what I mean? And that cost him the match. He screwed himself, right? Drew still left with the bracelet. Again, like, this shit is not like, so it's kind of like when you wake up from not only you taking that L and you realizing this nigga that you hate still got that, and you want to take your energy out on Seth. Like, where are we going next? Like, what decision does he make? Does he go after his family belongings, or does he, Seth? You know what I mean? Like, what would you do? Like, if you were CM Punk? Like,
you could probably maybe have the run back in Berlin, save the stuff with Seth a little longer. I'm sure we'll have some pull up our stuff with them on the way there, but the real money fight is going to be Punk versus Seth. You can say that for Survivor Series, maybe even Rumble or Mania, but we have replanted the seeds for that officially now.
And if you think about
Let that marinate.
Seth, you got, like, when the match was over, Seth just stand there, be funny. He ain't, like, laugh. He left out the ring mad. because I think his intentions was kind of in the right place. Like the fact that CM Punk was tripping him over in the bridge, like he didn't have it to try to be funny towards him. Like he just picked it up. You just, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I hated y'all, but you know what? I was gonna kind of cut a fair match. I'll start counting. You know what I mean? Like y'all both get up on each other, do wild dirty shit. I was gonna call it down the middle. You made me just like, you feel me? So I kind of feel like Seth was kind of pissed too. Like that was a visual for me too, seeing how he left out. He was kind of really mad. Like, you know
and
what I
then
mean?
that's why I was gonna answer your question with a question like, did Seth really do anything wrong? Right? Like when CM Punk looks back at the footage, he might be like, damn, I overanalyzed this. And now he might be trying to apologize to Seth, and Seth ain't having that.
Right.
So I
sneak him.
Yeah, like whatever it is, because I don't really see CM Punk giving a flat out apology, but like more of like a I blew that bag. You know what I mean?
He'll probably find a way to finesse it and put it on Seth or whatever. You had my property on you. You put your nose in my business type shit.
Again, making the wrong decisions.
And Drew gonna be in the background saying, "Look at what I got, bitch."
Yep. While they over there
let's be
fighting.
real, like Drew, you ain't all the way like out of it either, because like you did a little slick little, you know, chest moves in the ring, pushing CM Punk into Seth, dropping him. Like Seth is not a ref. He know what you're doing. Like he know you know what I mean? Like he know what you know what I'm saying? Like he just had a role to play. But like at the end of the day, I think this is all gonna intertwine. I think we see a triple threat maybe coming out of this, you know, Berlin, like
Yes,
you
you
said,
guys
Clash of
this.
Berlin.
Do you guys see Drew eventually breaking that bracelet?
Yeah, we talking about next level, going to another level, right? Adding more to what
Mm-hmm.
it's already like. This is already a well steak. Like, how can you make this shit even like hell yeah, nigga, that shit's good. That's hell yeah. Why not?
That'll turn into a filet mignon present to you on fire
Get the truffle
with the
butter on
flame.
there.
Whoa,
Yep.
Get
like
the
what?
whole bay on there.
Because I'm surprised they haven't done that, but to really make this that'll
I
be
thought we were
the
getting that today. When he grabbed it again.
yeah. Every time he teases like stretching it like this,
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
But all right, but so now with Drew got the win. Drew got the W over CM Punk. He got the W. Drew's finna talk
Yep.
nice tomorrow. Drew's finna come out talking real nice tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You know you're gonna be feeling yourself, dogs. Like, get this
oh
bum
yeah,
out of here. We don't need this bum. He's a bum. He gonna be
That's what he was
talking
saying when he
crazy.
walked off the ramp. He said, "He's out of here. He's done."
Yeah, he gonna be talking crazy to him tomorrow. Like,
this might be the summer of Drew, so to speak, Razor. You know how they had them summers apart. Now he's over here ruining Punk's end of his summer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he got a
It
shirt that
might
says
be him,
DM Hunk. He might start wearing that more often.
man.
And you see that earlier he signed a CM Punk shirt saying "fuck CM Punk" and wrote "cunt" on it.
top level.
He is gonna be in his bag.
Yeah, Drew up right now, man. Drew up.
And he's been the man for going on a year and a half now. He's been on his A game.
Yeah.
Definitely, I don't want to say he needed this victory, but it did good for him picking up this victory tonight, especially walking out with the bracelet.
Mm-hmm. He is now 3-1 at SummerSlam. I love the statistics that WWE has now added to the shows for the casuals and people that may not know who this person is or who da da da. It gives you like word, you wrestled in SummerSlam 2 other times. Like, you know what I mean? It gives you an idea who this person is. He ain't just a new jack. So nah, I think Drew is now 3-1 at SummerSlam, man. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Drew, man.
Then we get.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got a few segments before the next match. We got a glimpse of wrestling royalty in attendance. Big Sexy Kevin Nash, X-Pac, Diamond Dallas Page, the Steiner Brothers. Basically, the NWO in a press box.
Legendary.
That's
But
fire.
also,
That's something they do going forward too, low key. Like they had a little legend suite for these major PLEs.
I mean, the stadiums bring that feel, you know what I mean? And give people that privacy, give people that, you know what I mean? So I think they feel more comfortable in that type of vibe, like, you know. But yeah, by the way, the whole setup, you know what I mean? As far as like, you know, the entrance, how they coming out the thing, they set up, the setup was beautiful. Thought the setup was dope. You know what I mean?
Are you a fan of the curved rampway, or you don't really care?
No, I love that. I love the extended walk. I love you know what I mean? Like I love that. I love that. So that's what I'm used
did
to. I
they gotta
remember
be
those
100 yards
days.
though?
Like, remember those back in the day, Royal Rumble, like nigga coming out was a long walk to the ring. Like I remember that. Like
The most epic shit was Charles Robinson running to the ring when the referee had to make that long trot to the ring.
yeah,
Like, man, it
WrestleMania
felt
was
like
That Henry was flying.
it felt like he was
yeah, that
running
nigga won a
forever.
100-meter. Like that nigga. But nah, I like the rib shit. I like that shit. That shit is dope. Then on Babs Bunny, he killed that shit. That's like the first time I really like fucked with it hard when Babs Bunny entrance that was like the extended shit that he cooked that. That was fire.
SummerSlam gave me a WrestleMania Junior vibes. Like it's really like when they go two nights.
Mm-hmm.
I felt
That's gonna
like
be insane.
yeah. Just as a sidebar, before we get into the next match, WrestleMania 39, it had tie-in to like both nights had tie-in, right? But WrestleMania 40 was done perfectly with the implications of one match from night one leading into night two.
So you have to watch night 1 to know the complete story for night 2.
Right. As to where WrestleMania 39, yeah, you had the Usos main events in night one, and then Roman and Cody main events in the second night. But I felt like there was no real like, you know what I'm saying? Like you didn't really have to watch night one to really watch night two. As to where WrestleMania 40, like you just stated, there was a tie, it was continuity with it within the storyline for both nights. Now they do that next year for SummerSlam.
I mean, they adding that cinema. You know what I mean? That cinema brings that. You know what I mean? Like,
And speaking of cinema, leading into the next match, we get part 2 of Tales from the Judgment Day Clubhouse. Damian Priest is trying to do a little woo-saw moment to himself. Finn comes in, tries to like say bear the hatchet, whatever. They both apologize. Well, Damian apologized. His first losing was cool, but even preemptively, Finn also issues an apology of his own. And you could tell there was a little tension there, and we all had a theory that Finn was plotting something. But well, let's just get into it. We had, like I said before, arguably the sleeper match on the card, and this was nothing short of that. The Ring General Gunter versus El Campeón Damian Priest of the Judgment Day. That was a fight.
This everything that happened in the first when the night began led up to this match. Also, we were just talking about that. Damian, you should have never did what you did, man. You know what I mean? Like you were saying in the chat, this is going to be SummerSlam is definitely one of the better events of late, definitely, but it's definitely going to be known as the night where Judgment Day kind of ended, like you were saying. You know what I'm saying?
Cole even said it.
Yeah.
Like Damian Priest had
the fall.
Damian Priest in the last few weeks, we was talking about the extra energy he be putting in. You know what I'm saying? Like where he been going at, and I'm saying you kind of been crushing. I'm gonna be real. Let's be honest here. Gunther won with the help from Finn. I can make the case, man. Damian might have beat him. Damian might have beat that man straight up.
I did not think, to be honest, I didn't think Damian was going to be able to match that physicality for that long.
Come on.
I love it when I'm proven wrong in instances like this, because that just shows to us that Damian hasn't put the work in, and he came in the championships like this. Now he's up to here, as far as his capabilities. So I would love to see that run back whenever, whether it's Raw, Berlin, Survivor Series, Bad Blood, whenever.
Man, we
I'm
seen
ready for it.
Priest put blood on Gunther.
I don't think no one's ever drawn blood from Gunter. Ilya couldn't do it. Sheamus and Drew couldn't do it. But Campeon, New York's finest, he did it.
Yeah, Priest stock, man. What you were saying about being in the ring with Priest, it was going to elevate his game. I feel like it 1000% did that tonight. I seen the side of Priest that I felt was there. It just had to be unlocked. Like we knew he could strike. You know what I'm saying? We knew that he could be in there with some of the best. But the way he was just striking and at some points manhandling Gunther, like it looked like on the South of Heaven, like Gunther was sandbagging him a little bit, and Priest is still lifting him up. Like, nah, you going up for this.
Yeah, no, I'm him.
Yeah, like, all right.
I'm going to beat the respect into you.
Facts.
But again,
by the way, Eminem is performing right now before Terrence Crawford comes out. Eminem is performing right now for everybody in the chat. Just, everybody on my two device shit right now, and all of us on my 2 devices.
I just glanced over. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
But again, I said, like, back to what we touched on, as what essentially took the air out of the Cleveland Brown Stadium. Gunther hits Gunther takes a shot from Priest. 1, 2. Finn puts the leg over the rope. Priest sees the replay. Finn eerily turns around, looking at him like, "Yeah, I did that."
But Finn looked at him like, "Yo, bro, do you know how fucking long I wanted to do that to you, dogs? You've been pissing me off so fucking long." And he was kind of mad because, like, Gunther, you didn't fucking win this shit. Like, you supposed to win. Like, what if that shit would have went wrong? Like, damn, he would have still retained it. That shit could have been bad for Finn. Like, he could look fucking bad.
Well, in between sleepers, we got to tease that because he breaks out the first sleeper. Instead of going pass on Gunther, Priest goes straight to trying to choke out Finn. Like, you motherfucker, you turned your back on me.
I love that he put him out. It was like he went out on his own. You know what I'm saying? You didn't pin me, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You choke me out, cool. You know what I'm saying? With the help from one of my fucking friends, nigga. But you ain't pinning me, nigga. I'd have kicked out. That's probably why Gunther ain't pinned that nigga. I'm choking this nigga again. Like, after he did the power bomb, he could have pinned that nigga and said, "Nah, I'm going back to the choke."
He said, "No, I'm putting you out your misery."
Yeah, I'm choking this nigga out. He ain't gonna remember this shit. I'm gonna wake up, I'm the champ, nigga. I ain't pinning this nigga. This nigga kick out of this shit again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then we get the visual when Priest comes through. First thing he sees, Finn Balor, the Prince, staring a hole through his soul. Like, I'm still here.
Before Gunther got the victory, Priest almost got a hold of that nigga through the ring. He was trying to grab that nigga neck off. He like,
that's the one part that
shit. Like, he see red now when he see Finn. Like, it's up. Like,
it's on sight on Raw.
For the rest of the career, see that Bad Blood. So you saw that Bad Blood pay-per-view makes mad sense now. Like, now that shit is like, that shit makes mad sense. Like,
so I feel like now Finn just ensured his own funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and y'all was on the money too with the Bash and Berlin shit with Gunther being champ. Like, everything kind of fell into place. What we saying? Like, everything.
Yeah,
that man's gonna get a standing ovation in Berlin in 4 weeks. That man gonna be treated like God out there.
Facts.
All right, so I feel like they removing. Oh, I could be wrong when saying this, but I feel like they might take away Damian Priest from the heavyweight title scene for now. Like, in my mind, I feel like his attention is gonna be fully on Finn right now. He want that lick back.
Gotta be.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it was the attempt. It was the intent behind everything. You know what I'm saying? He put this man leg on the road. I was about to win, and you did some sleaze. Yeah. Go ahead, Steve.
How you even gonna compete, Finn? Because you got, like you said, you got gold. You ain't like defending them how? Damien's every time y'all try to nigga what? They not gonna be able to defend nothing. Like Damien on them niggas help us. I promise them niggas gonna be able to defend nothing. He gonna try to make them niggas lose them Jones.
Well, like we said, that now we get to see where Dominic's his loyalty is, where Carlito's loyalty is, or is everyone on some solo dolo shit.
Now I will say this. There was a moment backstage where Finn was kind of wondering where the fuck Dom was at.
Yeah, they was looking for him, couldn't find him. Like I
Now,
said,
all right, now listen. Now let's go like long storytelling, like long term storytelling, right? There's still that key moment with the hotel. There's still that car shit when they first pulled up together. Like it's still shit with Liv and Finn. Like what if Dom like you did that to Rhea, you find out Finn cracking that, and you lose both of them Johns. Like and you like
it's like what you and Isha touched on about a few weeks back. Finn could have told Liv this is the plan. Liv probably said, "Nah, I got a better plan, and this plan only benefits me."
because I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't think Dom told Liv that was not nothing they planned. Dom did that on his own, bro. When
She
Dom
seemed
went
a
to go
bit
kiss her, bro,
surprised,
she didn't
right?
even. She was surprised, yeah, bro.
Ooh,
When he went to kiss her, she was on some like, whoa, what? Like you know what I'm
Even
saying? She
when
went with it
when
because
he
it's like
picked
she
her up.
really liked
Yeah.
him, and when he did all that time, made her cry. She really thought that shit was real. Because remember, usually she'll fake the cry and then like smirk because she like, you know what I mean? Nah, she was really hurt by that shit he was saying. So today, that was some he like he really like. I believe, bro, that she didn't know like oh this nigga like.
hey,
So now is
everyone
that
got their
on him?
agendas
Is that
now.
on him if you find out Finn nigga like you know what I'm saying? Like if Finn rock that like nigga, I mean
Let's take a moment to see. There's just anticipate we have looking forward to Raw this coming Monday. We
Mm.
have the fallout between Liv and Rhea. We have the fallout between Damien and Finn, and whatever happens to those Judgment Day. On top of that, we have the debut on Wyatt Six.
we have the crowning of Braun Breaker.
Gunter in the celebration. The
Facts.
fallout with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre. It's 3 hours enough for Raw this Monday.
Probably not. That was a
Holy
5-star
shit!
match though. That was a 5-star match with Damian Priest and I think the last like every match was like a 4 and up, but like the last 4 was all box office, all of them, all of them.
Like I said, this was one where we had to keep an eye on because it could have went either really well, which it did, or it could have went the opposite way. And this exceeded all expectations.
Yeah, that was
Like
I
me
crazy.
and H touched on earlier, this is going to be a PLE that I wouldn't
Nigga, I'm
doubt that
watching
Raw
this
is
shit
going to be
again.
rewatched.
What do you mean? I'm
See,
watching this ready to get this shit got replay value like a motherfucker. What?
hell yeah.
and this is
Nigga, I
rare
want to watch
because
Roman
I was
back.
going to
I'm
say
gonna
that,
get like 1,000 of them million views he about to get. I guarantee. I'm finna get 1,000 of those. Just his interest alone.
but that's kind of what I was talking about. Like last time was how special this PLE is because when was the last time when your folks before the show even happens, folks are talking about, oh no, when this is over, I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna rewatch it again. I'm gonna rewatch it again. I'm gonna rewatch it again.
I
We
ain't say
don't
that
say that
about none of
about
the
any
PLEs
show.
this year. I ain't say that about none of them, but that's
Exactly.
not saying, and that's not saying none of them wasn't great. But this had that
This one was
feel,
just
like
special.
yeah. SummerSlam was like, and then like WWE, y'all might be giving niggas too much. You gonna get niggas 2 days of this? Like this is a lot. Like
So
2 days.
actually, I'm gonna ask you the question again, like I asked you last night. Is this SummerSlam on par with the takeovers of legend in the Triple H regime in the original Black and Gold era?
Yes,
Of course,
yes.
of
And I
course.
don't even know what you're talking about, but yes.
It's giving me that no, it's for real. Like it's giving me
I'm
that
saying,
feel, bro.
I'm keeping it 100. The takeovers was special, like
Yeah, I
four or
missed
five
that
matches
era.
or whatever.
I missed that
No,
era.
Yo, the most special shit Triple H did was when remember when the camera was panned on him, and then went to the crowd, NXT, everybody lost their shit. Like he
hmm
was doing special, and he do that now too. When he coming out before the shows, get the crowd hype. That's like y'all talk about setting tones and shit. Triple H setting tones in these PLEs, like that shit. It's a vibe, for real. And
we
seeing it
here,
done in
we
the
active.
stadium, bro. In that stadium was fire, bro. Like seeing an outdoor venue for SummerSlam is always like selfishly. I like to have because we don't really got many outdoor venues that like MSG is a closed venue and Barclays is closed. If you want, you gotta go to the MetLife, right? Over in Jersey.
MetLife, Lincoln Financial, maybe even Levi up in Santa Clara here in California.
They went to Philly though. Remember they went to Philly for WrestleMania.
Oh, Mania.
Yeah.
So, that's Lincoln Financial.
Whenever they did SummerSlams here for them 4 years, remember when they bring SummerSlam over here for like 4 years straight in Barclays, Razor, like they did like 3 or 4 in LA on your side, and then they came over here to our side. This right here, like this is a vibe, bro. They really do shit like this. They are doing shit like this. I mean, it's not if they start, they're already doing it. It's being done.
So next year at we're at Lucas Oil Stadium. They have a roof, yes. Pat McAfee, Jim Irsay, open that goddamn roof, please.
If you can, go for it.
Jim, the people are going to want that goddamn roof open.
I'm crying. I just give a certain different look to it. That shit fire.
Hell yeah.
I think Eminem doing a whole concert, by the way, too.
I see that.
This is not just like one song and the fighters walk out. This nigga doing a whole album.
He doing the whole set.
That's serious.
Nah, this is fire. This is fire for Terrence Crawford, though. Like,
what the Crawford fight, bro?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't even start yet.
This is crazy. This type of activity going on.
But before we get to the main event antics, I want to touch on one segment that we kind of brushed by, featuring a man that I could say is my spirit animal, Otis, in that little Manscaped promo they did. How y'all feel about that?
I ain't gonna lie, this shit. I mean, I don't know, bro. It was wild. Like,
no comment.
Yeah, it was wild, bro.
I mean, cut them a check because they did well for the part, but shit that was happening, I no comment. I might go buy that though, but no comment.
Now remember, they Raw has been flirting with doing the non-PG stuff.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you: you think FTR would have been okay because it's for like an advertisement?
Well, like we said in shows past, you got to be comfortable with your own skin. Yeah, not every idea is going to be a box office idea, but again, have a little fun with it sometimes.
I mean, it was dope seeing Apollo and them get that little scene. Apollo and Baron was in there.
I was like, nah, Baron a barber like, now. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Shining up his baldy. He was shining up his baldy. I'm like, man.
They real friends. They really friends.
And then you have Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine come out. Tozawa plays a little beard brush. He got no more face color than me. Like, I ain't got shit.
It was a segment, though.
I thought it was an excellent palate cleanser from everything else. Like, was just pure adrenaline. Get a little stop, get a couple laughs, and all right, get a little reset. That's all it was what it needed to be. Because Otis, he's never gonna not be funny. I don't care what anyone says.
Nah, that little pump fake, like he going into the trunks, but he going to the belly for real. That was clever. It was clever.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, nah. Otis about to go crazy right now. Like, he's about to wow. Then he just started shaving his belly. I'm like, nah, he got it. That was funny. Oh, y'all ready for the?
Then we have two guys left.
The piece de resistance, the creme de la creme, the main event of the evening.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Just as an honorable mention, right?
Okay.
Okay. What easy about to say is nigga funny.
Jelly roll with the choke slam.
Where are my manners?
But think about it, man.
Got them hops.
A fan shouldn't be able to do a clean choke slam like that. Hikuleo can't do one. I'm so happy with it. Like, shout to him because they saving my dog, but he's definitely capable of doing what Jelly Roll did. Come on.
That's it. Theory got them ups. You can't see that boy in a star.
He put some oomph on that choke slam. That nigga did that shit.
I'm gonna make you look good.
Nah, he violated.
Shout out to Truth for bringing up the Rock and Roll Express. Shout out Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton Jr. I can see Scott in the practice spot going, son of a bitch.
I had to throw that honorable mention in there before we get to the main event. You know what I'm saying?
I was hoping when you were going to bring it up. It can't be all me bringing up all the dumb shit.
I was surprised to see him get up in the ring. My boy hit the 5-knuckle shuffle. He was about to not get up off the floor, you heard? Boys had to help him. Like,
Derek Brunson called it a 15-knuckle shuffle.
Man, crazy. Nah, that was a fun moment, though, for him. Like, you seen all three of them go and do the 5-knuckle shuffle. I'm like, all right, 15. Mate, you feel me? Like, I'm like, all right. A little something for them to do on the pay-per-view. Main event time, though. Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. WWE title is on the line.
The Bloodline rules.
Ooh.
Featuring
not playing.
But before we get into that, we did get essentially the retirement walkout for the legendary Pharaoh Rhodes.
Yeah,
he's gonna enjoy being a house dog now.
And we bumped into a legend.
By
the way, I'll take a great time to do this. FUTK. You know what that stands for. You know what I mean? Legends where they supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Well, let's give the OG his proper introduction. He is a founding member of the Four Horsemen. He is the Enforcer. WWE Hall of Famer, AA, the Master of the Spine Buster, Arn. I got the 45 Anderson on me.
Arn said he got some friends. Cody's got some friends.
They're on the way.
They're on the way.
I know who his friend was.
We'll get to that in a little bit, but Cody with an incredible entrance, Solo with another incredible entrance. I need that helmet that Cody had.
That shit was fire.
Once it goes on WWE Shop, I'm 99% gonna buy it.
That mask is done by the person that does the Wyatt mask, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was me.
That man's on a roll.
How'd y'all feel about the match before? How'd y'all feel about the match before the so-called shenanigans started to take place?
I didn't think it was gonna be as clean as the first would be as clean as well. I thought they would have equipped it with the furniture, everything else, but it was. I almost forgot it was Bloodline rules for the most part because it was strictly in the ring on some one-on-one shit. So I was like, wait a minute, it's Bloodline rules.
Solo up his game. Did his study and did his homework. Knew a lot of shit Cody was going to do. You know what I mean? Stood his ground. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Cody is who Cody is. So he took him to them deep waters. You know what I'm saying? Like Cody do. And I mean, how else can we put it like after that, man? Like the gang came. GOD pulled up.
Hitting Cody with guerrilla warfare. A move I haven't seen them do.
That was cold.
That was one of their finishers in New Japan.
By the way,
it was their twist on. It was a twist on the Magic Killer.
They got
you. Fuck up now.
They got you. We ain't got time, but they got you. You fucked up the throw to the ropes. You didn't botch that, but nigga botched. He botched some shit tonight. I'm telling y'all.
But the man's got one eye this time.
It happened so fast we ain't probably even noticed it, but that nigga's funny. So he's becoming like just funny in the ring sometimes, for real. And I shouldn't be laughing at him because he's supposed to be one of the dangerous niggas from Japan. But that nigga's become one funny ass nigga in the ring. So, for real. But given what they had him do, this was one of his better outings. So again, he's getting there. Facts. I'll give you that. Definitely.
But then in comes, as anticipated and predicted, Kevin Owens. Next we hear. Go ahead, fire away. I know you got from the chamber.
That was the bro. Out of everything, that was the most predictable shit, bro. Like I knew this. Like, come on, like I see that from out of fucking way. Like, then KO's like, KO, you running like you really about to say it today. Like, stop, dog. Like, you coming in for GOD, niggas is ready to pound you out. Like, KO coming in. Like, come on, man. And then a big dog came out for sure. Then
we
a real big dog.
heard the voices in our head.
Yeah, there was a real big dog popped out.
But did you notice who was out there to meet Randy on Jump? Tama Tonga. I'm telling you, that's going to be something to watch for the next couple years. That's a special matchup right there.
Yeah. Was y'all surprised, like, when they kind of, like, took the fight to the shit? Like, you know what I mean? Or that was what they want to do, just get them out the way so Cody could finish handling business?
It seemed like they just threw it on the wall because they know folks are going to react to it. Like, nothing more, nothing less than that, which to me I felt was kind of a waste for all four of them.
But you knew you didn't see the most dangerous motherfucker there. You didn't think about that?
Him, you got to say it. But if he came out afterwards and say those four were already ringside, whatever, almost something like a lumberjack type match, it would have been different. But in the manner that they did it, it seems like the Gorillas, KO, and Randy were just a fart in the air. They're just the afterthought.
By the way,
everybody was waiting to see when the werewolf was going to appear. That's all they wanted to see. They really didn't care for everybody else.
I mean, I felt like that they had to take him away to make the crowd think a little bit. Like, all right, when are we gonna bring him? Are you like, you know what I'm saying? What's the plan here? And then obviously when we get to the point where Cody about to hit the trifecta of Crossroads, we see Jacob pop up.
That goddamn moonsault.
Make that save. You know what I'm saying?
Where the fuck did he come from?
I don't fucking know.
That nigga came from out of nowhere. And I'm gonna be real. Let's put it like he's been punishing everybody. Like everybody, like from small to the big niggas, like from small to the Codys, the niggas that's holding gold. Like he been killing Cody. Like he be killing Cody. So Cody be getting punished by Jacob, dog. Like, and it's something I noticed to be able to get to, because I found it kind of odd, like with Jacob being who he is. You know what I mean? We'll get there, man. But you know,
I think I know where we're going, but I say, yeah, let's hold on that for a few more minutes.
Terrence Crawford is in the ring, by the way, man.
Yeah, but let me ask you guys this. Should we be disappointed that Jay didn't appear just yet? Or is it okay to let that marinate a little while longer?
It's all right to let it marinate. I think Roman Reigns doing the Birdman hand rub at the end. He got a plan.
I'm going to be real with y'all.
Then all right, let's just jump to it.
Y'all know personally I did say I expect to see Jay, Jimmy, and all that, and we didn't get them. I'm gonna lie, I did expect to hear one of them come, but like when bro shit hit, it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But let's before we we want to get there. Y'all feel Jacob's injuries legit, or just a way to limit his interaction with Roman for now?
Possibly the latter, but if anything, I mean, like I said, you see how far you jumped again. Like he probably mistimed it. That corner might have been a little slick or whatever. He bounced angle or something. I'm sure he's fine.
And it's like he's human. You know what I'm saying? He get hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
And again, he goes at like 200 miles an hour. But again, the surprisingly expected surprise out of the blue, we hear 222. Immediately, folks, like I said, this crowd could have had moments where it could have rivaled France. I think that when that music hit with a very beautiful remix of that song, I dare them to put up that decibel meter, because if that was the roof over that bitch, it might have. You would have saw blood out of the ears. type shit. That was electric.
My boy just had a new energy about him too, like new energy, but like business though, like you know what I'm saying. It was the right
Rejuvenated.
time. Yeah, it was like the right time, bro. Like you feel me? And like you said, the music was fire. Solo, like he seen a ghost. You feel me? Like what the fuck? And
That
it was like
slow stroll.
you knew in that moment, like Solo, you fucked up, but like how you gonna handle Cody? Like I was like kind of like, what are you gonna do with Cody? And then, I mean, and then the
Even
speech.
Cody looked very starstruck too.
Remember what I told y'all? Now I want to get on. I want to get on you, Razor. I want to get on you. You know what? Because you've been throwing this Seth Rollins shit out there. You gotta go after Seth Rollins. You gotta go after Seth Rollins. My man's a changed man, bro. He changed, B. My man on some
We don't
different
know that
shit.
yet.
He on some different shit. OTC. My boy shook the building. He shook the building on the return. He shook the building on the return. Straight ass Solo put him down. Like I brought you in this shit. Like I made you. Like you been violating. And Cody, I'm gonna give
Solo
you this one.
shook.
I'm gonna give you this one. I'm gonna like, you know what I mean?
That's it.
Solo
Everybody gets
had
one.
Solo had the look of a man that talked shit about somebody and really ain't expect them to pop up on the scene.
It's like that scene in the movies where the kid's talking shit about the bully, and the bully that randomly that just creeps up on them. They turn around. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it was one of those vibes. Like Solo really was selling Roman being back. You know what I'm saying? That shit was just
Big
fire.
homie's back. Big bro's back. The big dog is back on his yard.
The
Facts.
OTC is back. I ain't gonna lie
But
too. Like Snake said though, he had like a new energy to him, or like that reinvigorated energy to him, re-energized. You know what I'm saying? And boy looking like he ready to go. I'm glad they bring him back. Now's the time. The rest of the four is about to get crazy. Once we get past some of the fours, about to look spooky leading into the winter.
I think Roman's in that very rare spot, similar to like the early 2000s when Triple H was her, and then there like 2010 when Cena was her, whatever, where they just came back out of nowhere. They're at that point to where whether it's sooner or later, there is no wrong answer when to bring him back. He's at that level to where again, like they could have had him gone maybe to a Rumble, whatever, it would have been fine. He could have pulled him off SmackDown, it would have been fine.
Let me ask you:
He's
so
at a
you
point to
think
where
fans would have been disappointed if Roman would have not showed up tonight? Like they would have been happy with the rest of the pay per view, but with that match,
no, because again, even the man, I think a lot of us thought if he would have came out, it'd have been after the match is completed. No one guessed that he would have been the possible deciding factor in the match.
Nah, but I mean, like, what if he don't show at all at SummerSlam? We don't even bring him back now.
Like I said, then that would have been a time to maybe even reintroduce a Jay, maybe even reintroduce a Jimmy, maybe even a Hugula potentially to where further establishes the dominance of the bloodline. There's a whole lot of ways they could have went about it. Like I said, the blood is in a spot to where there's not really a wrong answer to whatever move that they make.
This is
Now,
I like whole demeanor of everything.
Here's the kicker. Imagine that reaction when we hear that music, or we hear the old Tribal Chief music, and the first person that walks out is none other than Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman about to get that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat babyface pop. There's so much to look forward to with this. Summer
I
was
was
the
right
summer
about
of
that slow
Drew.
walking shit. That slow walking with
That's
like
what I'm
bringing
saying.
Jimmy and getting to like like because Roman was enough. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you just brought that energy.
Summer may have been the summer of Drew, but the fall is the season of the King. The King is back. And I said, just think, you don't have to send Roman to Berlin, but you damn sure he's gonna be in Atlanta for Bad Blood. He'll be in Canada for Survivor Series War Games, mind you.
This is a top 5 event of this last decade. This is a top 5 return of all time with Roman Reigns.
I'll put this. I'll put this one up there with John
Dom
Cena
Kicking
return
Lit
from the Royal
and
Rumble.
Dom turn on Rhea is the top 5, top 10 WWE moment. There's a lot of shit that came from this event tonight that's in the history books.
Some are saying this might have been the biggest pop Roman Reigns ever got.
And I'm being real. I was caught up in the moment. I gotta go rewatch. Like, you feel me? I was caught up in the moment. Like, you feel me in the chat, like talking to y'all niggas, like this shit happened. Like, it happened like
Jumped out my
fast,
chair
bro.
once I heard the music. It was crazy.
I actually spilled the beer when that shit happened. I was like, do my ears deceive me? I got a towel over my feet right now. Like,
it was real. Like,
I said, my hair, I had so many goosebumps or whatever. I had chills down my spine. Because at first I thought maybe Solo's trolling or whatever, because it's a different song. And when we see him walk, god damn. This is why I love this industry, because like I said, just when we think we have all the answers, nah, the cerebral assassin has a whole new line of questions. Like, oh, wait a minute, okay, I wasn't ready for all this.
I like how he calmly walks to the ring, and then with no hesitation, as he gets to the ring, he goes in and straight nails Superman punch, Solo, a spear, give Cody that look like,
You know what's good.
yeah, walks down the ramp.
Get him away.
Cody's stunned. He can't believe what's going on.
Cause like,
Neither
is
could
it
we.
like Solo deserved that, but at the same time, it's like, you know, at the end of the day, nigga, the only nigga that's gonna ever have that belt besides you is me. Remember how Stone Cold was? Like, nigga just didn't want nobody with that shit. Like, that shit gotta be mine. It's like, that's what Roman on. That shit gotta be mine.
And I think it's something like me and Razor touched on, where the tribal chief can't just assign himself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Roman's coming back to stamp that, like, I'm the tribal chief. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only tribal chief.
Well, like when Roman first used that moniker, he said, the elders dubbed me the tribal chief. Solo, like I said, he told the world it's him. No, that's just got to be earned.
Man, this could be interpreted so many ways. You got like,
I
obviously,
love it.
Roman by default helped Cody.
I'll be back.
You know what I'm saying? Roman helped Cody retain.
You can say
it is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? I feel the purpose is he really upset with what everything Solo's been saying over the past few weeks and months.
Roman's going, you gonna call me weak? You gonna say I let the family down? You gonna invoke my name to my people, my fans, the house that I built? Nah. Remember, I'm still big bro in this family. I can still whoop your ass. I can whoop your brother's asses.
That's what I'm saying. And then the demeanor says it all, like, with no hesitation. Like, I know why I'm here. It's to send that message.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, the Birdman hand rub at the end leads me to believe, like, he already has a plan in place. And he's I feel like between him and his cousins, the Usos, he can be the voice of reason.
I was tripping back then. The power got to my head. I'm sorry. Give me one more chance. Let me make this right.
And also sprinkle onto the fact, let's go back on our dominant reign. Let's do it right this time, though.
When we was on top, no one could touch us. The longest reigning tag team champions. The longest reigning heavyweight champion. We are the ones.
Because I feel like if they're going to push Roman as the face in the story, it's like he got to kind of accept responsibility for prior transgressions, you know what I'm saying? And putting them through what he put them through. He got to own up to it, but also still remind them like how he used to. Yo, we're a family, dog. Like that's what family go through this shit. Shit happens. But
Brothers
it was
fight.
always, yeah. But my intent was to always have us on top. And in my line, you guys had the belts. I had the belt. We was running things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sell them on it. And I think they're going to, like, that's the way.
We are the reason everyone's selling out right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, Raw is can't miss TV. SmackDown's can't miss TV. In 7 weeks, they go to USA. Friday the 13th. Ooh.
It's going to get spooky. You said September?
Yep, Friday the 13th is when SmackDown goes to USA, and on October 1st, NXT goes to CW.
Shucky, quack, quack. It's about to get crazy.
I like it.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm glad that Roman's back, though, because I feel like we take some of our top tier superstars for granted, and sometimes they need the rest, right? Like, but
like I said, when he came back at the pandemic, he didn't miss a day aside from that day one show when he's out with COVID. But than that, he was just balls to the wall. All the house shows, all the SmackDowns, most of the Raws, all the PLEs, and again, he looked like I said he'd been training with some bodybuilders with us, so he got some thighs on him back again.
Yeah, he's definitely looking good out there. So I'm glad to see him back. I'm expecting to see him on SmackDown, but maybe not. Maybe we see what happens. Maybe they wait till I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be surprised if he doesn't pull up on SmackDown, to be honest.
It'll be a troll of him. It'll be like, yeah, I costed you. Now you got to hold that till the next time I come back.
Yeah. I can see that because it'd be one of those. Yeah, I show up on my time. I can see that. Ooh, I'm hyped for this week.
And he's still a free agent, technically, right? So,
and that's why I'm not ruling out the stuff with Seth. Like I said, Roman's going to hand out warning shots to everybody. Like I said, I can see a world tour where, like I said, Punk's mouthing off to Seth. They're going back and forth.
Hell,
I don't know where you just see a spear. And much like with Cody, Roman looks at Punk with that stare saying, "This is personal. You should know something about personal." You know who I know.
I even see Paul Heyman showing up on Raw. Let's say he shows up to Raw with Jimmy on behalf of Roman.
Like I said, is this 3 hours enough for Raw? What's what we got to look forward to these next few weeks? Netflix, you guys know what you guys are inheriting. Do you understand what you guys have bought?
Oui.
Like it's not even January yet.
They cooking up.
Tony, you got some work to do, my boy.
Yeah,
you better have a plan post Wembley, or it's your ass.
There might be some good stuff that we got to catch in the post conference, so I might get to watching that because we got to wait for them to, I guess, edit out whatever they're gonna edit out on these replays. They don't just put them up like they used to right away.
I'm sure it'll be up within the next hour or so because the show ended around 8.
Yep. I'm over here looking right now. There's nothing there. Not even the post show, if I'm not mistaken. So,
if anything would have been noteworthy, it would have already been blown up on Twitter by now.
Yeah, Snakes has said he has sent something in the chat that Triple H said, but I didn't really click into it. I didn't want it to come over the feed right now. It's not even a video. It's just a quote. If what I believe to be true, you ain't see nothing yet.
So, and he's been kind of like flirting with that phrase for the last few shows now, which tells us he has some stuff in the works.
Oh yeah.
And with him, like I said, he's in his rhythm to where, like I said, similar to the takeover shows. The big shows will have purpose. These smaller shows will have a level of significance. Everything is for a reason, and you can't afford to miss any shows. So, like I said last night, buckle up, kids.
Yeah, it's about to be a ride.
Man, just focus right now.
Yeah, I was trying to go to the recently added to see if they posted the but I guess they keep the post show. I don't know if they keep the post show part of like a different section or if it's part of the ending of SummerSlam.
It's a different section unless it's still live.
Yeah, nah, it been cut off, but yeah.
And besides, with the PLE, what can you afford to edit out?
I don't know.
They might just upload it all as is.
Then we in the second round of the Crawford fight, so I'm gonna just check that out until WWE do whatever they do and check out for some feeds for them.
Same here.
Yeah, I haven't been able to really lock in on the Crawford fight, so we're gonna do that.
They're in the filling out process still.
Yeah, it's looking like they're picking up some pace now. I don't know.
Well, the round's just about over.
Yep.
Honestly, I can see it going to decision, but I don't see it ending between rounds 7 and 9. That's just my hot take on that, but we'll see.
But tomorrow, chat, we shall be back with y'all with some more content. We're gonna give y'all you got something else?
Also, you want to do a Sunday show? I'm down.
I mean, I'm saying we could bring them to fights because they got this going on. We could talk about the Olympics, you know what I'm saying? Or the
have you had a chance to listen to Vultures 2 yet?
Nah, I haven't.
That dropped yesterday. I definitely want to take yours and Snake's brain on that. Because there was a few lines in there that were very, I wouldn't say unexpected, but they were interesting.
The first thing I typed it in on Twitter, somebody said Vultures 2 is so ass. I'm screaming.
I mean, the album, what it was, but there's a few lines in there that I thought were interesting throughout this album.
Man, that I'm just seeing right now again that Logan Paul springboard moonsault. I forgot how awesome that was.
Or even LA Knight doing that little his little springboard step off the corner.
Yeah, springing up to the top rope. That was
Tell you, everyone's been stepping their game up.
Yeah, I'm happy everybody getting in their bag.
And also, I know we didn't touch on this with Snake, but your thoughts on that almost catastrophe into that, I guess we're going to call it a super brainbuster.
On which spot was that?
Where Ellen that was initially aiming for a superplex, but if he just missed his grip or whatever, but that was almost a bad landing for both of them.
You know, I might have just looked down at the text messages or something. I ain't even peeped out. I got to see.
Yeah, so it was a little questionable, but Logan Paul and LA Knight were able to like maneuver what made air to where they made it look like a brainbuster instead. But that if both of them didn't know what they were doing, it could have been a lot worse.
Michael Cole said the revival of the Roman Empire.
Oh, did he tweet that?
Nah, he said that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so I guess SummerSlam SummerSlam 2024 will be known as the implosion of Judgment Day and the return of the Empire.
that's again why I'm not concerned with Damian Priest, right? Like I kind of seen this happen at WrestleMania, right, with him, where he lost the tag team championships with Finn. And I ain't gonna lie, I was a little peeved about it because I didn't think they was gonna let him turn around.
It wasn't it Finn and JD?
Nah, it was Finn. This is when he still had the Money in the Bank. This was night one when they defended the tag belts in that.
That's right.
But they had the blue and red belts, right? And this is when Theory and Grayson got the SmackDown.
The ladder match. That's right. Yeah.
Yep. And then Truth and Miz got the ones for that the Judgment Day were holding.
I got that mixed up when JD filled in and Finn tells him, "I wish you were out there with me."
Yeah. Yep. So at that point, I was kind of peeved. I'm like, damn, they did Priest dirty. Like, they're going to make him walk around with the briefcase. He got no belt. But then when he cashed in the very next night on McIntyre, I was like, okay, I just got to be patient. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know what's going to happen. I personally thought they were going to have a situation where they had Damian Priest lose. Like, I thought this stuff with Finn was going to happen sooner, right? Because there was a point where Damian Priest, and this could even be why Finn Balor, like, you could date what I'm about to say to even why he did what he did now. There was a point when Damian Priest had the briefcase and Finn Balor was fighting Seth Rollins for the championship on Raw, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it looked like he had him where he wanted him. Looked like he was about to hit him with the coup de grace, and then Priest
and Finn sees that and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Right. So, you know, like, Finn could have been doing some grimy stuff now, but if he goes back to that moment, there was that moment also. Like, Priest kind of fucked up his chance. Matter of fact, it wasn't even at the Raw. It was the pay-per-view at the PLE, I think, when he was jacking that 7 years. That it's been 7 years. Me and Seth, you know what I'm saying? I've waited 7 years to face Seth. Mm-hmm. And it looked like he had Seth right where he wanted him. And Priest comes out from the timekeepers area, out the crowd, and Finn loses focus. You know what I'm saying? So, and it seemed like Finn kind of like, it seemed like he forgave him for that, right? Like, just continued to go on. They became tag team championships. But who's to say he ever really forgave him for that or forgot about it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it's water under the bridge, but that don't really mean shit.
Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, again, that's why I wasn't mad with anything that I seen tonight. Like, I don't feel like, oh, they could have did this and did that better. I enjoy what I seen from every aspect.
Okay, they changed stuff. All right. How do you improve what we saw tonight? I would love to listen to some hot takes for that from folks. Like, how do you improve on what was practically a perfect show?
Just about.
I mean, maybe Rhea winning and all that, maybe, but still, it's like, given what we have to look forward to, I don't know if it would be better. It might be as good, but
I want to say, like, with all due respect, because I'm happy she won, I think the match that probably slowed things down in terms of pace was probably the Nia Jackson and Bayley match.
Yeah.
You know, but that's not to say it wasn't a bad match. It's just with everything.
It's not their style.
Yeah. It's with everything we've seen. But aside from that, if that's the only thing I could see somebody trying to nitpick, maybe the pace of that match. But great PLE for me. I was happy with it. I'm ready to watch it again, honestly. So that's where I'm at with it. Like you said, near perfect. I mean, I'm ready to give it a 10 out of 10 off the merit that I think in agreement we could say this is one of the best shows. You remove WrestleMania, one of the best shows of 2024.
This might be the best show. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, you take out Rumble and Mania.
This is living up to Big Four standards, though. This is one of the Big Four PLEs.
This is the second oldest show that they have in history. Mania is the oldest. This was the second oldest.
Then you got Survivor Series and Rumble.
I think it's Rumble then Survivor Series.
Big Four right there.
But we notice like Rumble, Mania, and Survivor Series, each one's been better than the next.
And I think it should be that way with the talent that you possess and the way that you can build these storylines. I don't see, and then you go down to the camera work, the production value, everything's just going up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I expect that, but when I see it, I fucking appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't take it for granted because they could easily give us a copy and paste. You know what I'm saying?
Which we might see it from time to time, but even then, if it comes off as copy and paste, they'll still find a way to make it look good. They try to justify why it's copy and paste. Like, yes, it's time, yes, he's done before, but guess what? We like this matchup because it makes the most sense. We like this matchup because it's very physical.
And they continue to add dynamics. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but when Braun and Ilya had their match, I've never seen, like, we've seen them go over, but I've never seen Braun end the match versus him like that off the, like, flash KO.
I can't recall seeing anybody having a match like that, aside from when maybe Big Show had that right hand punch. But even then, that's a maybe.
So now Ilya could really want blood whenever it's his time to come back. Like, hold on.
Like, that was a lucky shot.
Yeah, now I'm gonna do that to you. You know, like he has that in him to make it believable. So I feel like, again, added dynamics to things like you said, it could be copy and paste. We can give us these matches that like, but we're not giving you the same finishes. We adding shit, adding to the story.
You get a whole nother 3-4 layers to the story.
Yes. That's what I'm really enjoying about this time too. Again, like go to Gunther and Priest. I feel like their matchup, it wasn't just, all right, we know that Priest is fucking, like the Finn Balor situation is happening, right? So they needed that to happen to get the belt off of him for Gunther. No, they fucking told the story in the ring still before that even happened.
Because Gunther said, I'm better than you, have better opportunities than you. You're just a street rat. You're trash.
And then one can argue, right? Priest had Gunther won. But the first thing I said in my mind, I see Gunther rolling away to the ropes. I said, this isn't a veteran move for Priest to pin him right there. I knew something was going up.
And that's one of the very short list of blemishes throughout the show.
But it still caused for that moment because the camera work was good as to where you don't see Finn, right? Like you don't see him, like it just happens. His foot, whoop, he goes, puts his leg on the rope. But still, with that, I knew, like, just again, how many times we see that spot? We rarely see anybody take a victory by pinning somebody right there. Like,
even like you said earlier, it's very uncharacteristic of Gunther. Either he rolls out or he stays there in the ring.
So just that moment itself where he rolled a bit and then stood there, Priest ain't really assured that he's in a spot where he won't break, like get a rope break. I kind of felt there was, and I didn't know it was gonna be Finn Balor. I thought it would have been Gunther just putting his own foot on, like, you know, I thought that was gonna happen.
Right.
But
and then maybe Graves touches on the fact that Gunther hasn't been tested quite ever, or something like that. Because like I said, this is the first time where someone drew blood on him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like in WWE, like you were mentioning the names earlier, we could continue to mention them. Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Ilya, you know, the list goes on. But I didn't expect Priest. I can't say I expected Priest to draw blood on Gunther. And if I would have called it, I thought Gunther would have drawn blood on Priest first.
Right.
You know,
and it's with Gunther's signature move, those chops.
Man, yo, he was nailing them things, and I like the difference. And he was giving them downward chops,
just putting his whole body into it.
Yeah, that whole and I like to see the variety in chops. That's why I kind of joked that I was like the chops over flips. You know what I'm saying? Because Cause it was just you see Gunther's chops, like he really nails it in. Like he'll
add that form in there, maybe an elbow, sneaking elbow in there too.
Yeah, and then Damien's style, which we just said, that downward motion. You started even, I think, towards the second time where Damian Priest started to do that to him. You start seeing Gunther do it back. Like, man, now he started doing it. I was like, oh yeah, they getting it.
Wait a minute, why is this hurting me?
And from that moment on, Gunther started turning up on him. That's when I was like, and then we get on to the moment. You know what I'm saying? But again, the night was fucking fire to me. Like, I was wrong with the with the Damian Priest walking out as champion. But again, now I like to be corrected. I would like to have seen how that match would have went without the interference. You know what I'm saying? That's what and again, that's why I say they leave room for us to salivate for that in the future.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't just make this a bullshit match where, okay, you're gonna go over.
And that could be on Raw. It could be in Berlin. Maybe it's there for Bad Blood potentially. It wouldn't be mad at that. But I think we can all kind of predict the card for Bad Blood right now, or at least we can foreshadow 3 matches potentially.
And this is shaping up to be a hell of a Royal Rumble, to be fair. I know that's too early to speak on, but like just like to play out the scenario for me, I feel like, all right, we got a scenario where we could have the Bloodline and Judgment Day's storylines in the Royal Rumble match.
You could even have the return of Brock Lesnar and CM Punk in that same ring.
A lot. It's gonna be like that. Yeah, remember when we felt like
on top of that, Cody Rhodes in there, Seth Rollins in there.
It's gonna be like that year when we seen everybody in the Rumble where it was Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar. Like that year, I think we were seeing Gunther. Was that the year that Cody won? Was it that year?
Yeah.
Bro, that year was, aside from like us feeling like we knew Cody was gonna come back and win, like that roster pool that was in the Royal Rumble was one of the better ones. I feel like, and last year's also, we got Punk in it. You know what I'm saying? But the last 2, I think this year, like you said, each year the PLE's been getting better. The individual PLEs, they, you know,
like the age old saying, you always want to be better than what you were yesterday.
No, I mean, this is a business, and in all forms of business, I never understood the point of wanting to be stagnant. Like, you want to continue to take that step up. The trajectory goes up. It's only better for everybody.
And look at Raw, for instance. Yeah, they just snagged a $5 billion deal with Netflix. Oh, yeah, that's cool. All right, but this is going to run out eventually. Let's start setting up for the next contract. How much bigger could that contract be? Could be $7 billion. Could be $10 billion. Maybe NXT gets a $1 billion deal their own selves. SmackDown could possibly go to Netflix for maybe 10, 20 billion potentially with that loaded roster. Because like I said, the plan is for Netflix to have all of it. How do you justify that? And then from a business standpoint, I wonder what their asking price for the whole library is, because it ain't gonna be peanuts.
No, and I feel like WWE has a great bargaining chip on their shoulders when I can feel like this. When I first seen WWE to go to Peacock, they were the only thing on Peacock with their own section.
Right.
And that's what WWE brings to the negotiation table. Like, we're changing your platform. Like,
we are a one of one.
Yeah, like you can't put us in the movie section, in the TV section, in the documentary section. No, we're our own content, own entity, branded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't even slight us and put us in the wrestling. Like just try to like dismiss. No, we want our logo there, WWE. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that.
I mean, you want to talk about sports? That's cool, but guess what? We are World Wrestling Entertainment.
Now, I'll stand corrected if Netflix doesn't do that for them, but I can envision, like, if Peacock gave the rollout for WWE the way they did, I think Netflix is going to do something similar, if not crazier for them.
Almost deaf.
Yeah, like. So that WWE, they definitely, again, I always say they doing business well, and it's better for us. Like sometimes when I go watch old pay-per-views, I love watching them. But then when it's like the production level of now, it's like, damn,
We
they
see
came
the
a long,
evolution.
yeah, like wow, like they came a long way from how they was really just, figuring it out, so to say. Like a lot of shit was, they knew it, but they were just throwing shit on the wall too. Now it seems like there's a full-on formula. Like, and before we stick to anything decisively, we try shit out here and there. But they really like got a whole analytic. I feel like the analytics for WWE right now is on a whole different level. Like, again, I don't want to say
Then,
everything they've been doing has been like, oh my god, 10 out of 10. But it's hard to say that it's a 1 out of 10. We can't lie and say that. Like,
so let's break it down this way. Probably the least entertaining thing is probably stuff with Theory and Grace Wall, and that's still probably a fair 8 on a bad day.
who you saying?
The least entertaining thing is probably maybe an Otis segment or even a Grayson Waller Austin Theory thing, but even that's like a 7.5, 8 on a bad day because they're still cooking with some stuff. They're just
So
doing something a little different.
would you pardon me, would you consider like NXT like content that we're speaking about right now? We just talk about like main Raw or SmackDown content. 'Cause I feel like
What
getting
NXT is
some shit on.
what NXT is
Yeah,
doing right now?
yeah.
I think because they're trying. My thing with them is like they're gonna move in a couple months' time, like right before Bad Blood. When that go home show happens, is when they debut on CW. Okay, they I feel like recently they've been trying to force too much to try to rush what they were building organically at the start of the summer. Like they got a whiff of the stuff with the collab from TNA and their own stuff with the women's division, but it's like I'm worried that they may get a little too ahead of themselves. They have a solid formula. Just let that do its own thing. I trust me, it will translate just fine on CW. Just trust your own process. You don't have to speed things up. There's no reason to speed things up. And that might take them a few weeks to realize that.
Sometimes I feel like the main objective or the main mission of NXT. Now, don't get me wrong, the matches, the stories be fine, but the main mission statement, I be a little confused by. Like, I don't get the objective of what we're doing in NXT. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And that's sometimes why I be like a little disengaged with NXT, because I feel like I want to invest in them. There's fucking talent down there. And
But sometimes they're a little all over the place.
yeah, like I don't know if we should.
The drama with the women's division, the stuff with Charlie Dempsey and the No Quarter Catch crew to whatever the fuck is with Pete Dunne and Trick to the stuff with the family,
The family.
the stuff with Metaphor and Ethan Page, if that's still a thing.
Now again, I
Like,
don't like the concept of we gotta wait for the draft to call up NXT, or even the night after Mania, like that concept of having to wait after the night after Mania or WWE draft to get NXT superstars on the main Raw. I don't know what's a good way to bring them in. Like, I think surprise, like, or I don't know what's the correct way, because again, it's hard to familiarize an audience, a main roster Raw and SmackDown audience that may not watch NXT. They might get surprised on one. Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy?
right. And there are points where I feel like they're trying to introduce too many people. I said it's only a 2-hour show. The last thing we want is to have an AEW situation where there's 100 names on the list, and we're like, all right, how come we haven't seen so and so in 6, 7 months?
Now, do you feel NXT should go full? They go try and go full out third brand?
If they're gonna be on public television, that should be their objective because they earned that contract on their own merit. So they should strive to be respected as such, which is a third brand. Whether you go back to the game show days or NXT as its own brand in whatever period, they've been around over 10 years. Long enough to be established as its own brand.
Do you think the contracts have anything to do with it? I feel like they do.
Possibly.
And yeah, like that's a tough spot where you got NXT developmental contracts and some of these guys they're already kind of developed. Like one could argue,
And then you have folks that are on NIL deals on top of that. So again, like I said, you have enough bodies to where you can pick from a crop and say, all right, these are the folks that we're going to essentially be our top tier batch. It's again, there's nothing wrong with them establishing that pecking order, but again, just stick to that. The fans will be fine with it, especially now they're going back on the road as well, and just do how they've built Raw and SmackDown with quality storytelling. But there is an established pecking order of upper main card, main event status, mid card guys, and folks that are there just to get the mid card guys to that next level. Same with the women's division. And now that we're incorporating the women's tag matches on all shows, all of them ready to have them as their own brand.
yeah, because I'm trying to find a way. Like I feel like they didn't pigeonhole themselves, but they put them in a weird spot where like you're putting development on television, right? And I mean they got to gain experience, the television experience somehow, right? So it's like you got that issue.
I mean, it's obvious after Vince slaughtered that brand, they had to put the training wheels back on for good reason. And now it's at a point to where I think now's an opportune time to take those training wheels off permanently. Because again, you have enough folks that are veterans. If the plan is to ultimately have NXT and TNA merge, you have veterans on there that have WWE experience and have them on for some of the bigger shows that if you want to establish a big four for NXT. But again, you have the bodies to do it. Just trust the youth. They will figure it out. They've done tremendously thus far.
Yeah, because I think the formula that they had before when Triple H was running it was dope. You get a signee, you show them at the Takeover PLE, you know they coming at some point, right?
They do a year and a half, 2 years, and they're up.
Yep. That formula
but we're at a point to where, aside from, again, maybe a Zilla or even a Matt Cardona, there's no real quote-unquote indie darlings right now. So that recipe is long gone. But they also are at a point where with these NIL deals and how the PC is run now, they've proven they can turn anybody into a wrestler and make them a star. Whether it be someone with an athletic background like a Bianca Belair, a Sol Ruka, a Kiana James, or even a celebrity like a Pat McAfee, a Bad Bunny, a Logan Paul. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. They can get something out of you if you actually want to put the work in.
Yeah, because I think that's the only thing we can nitpick that's going on in WWE right now is NXT. But if you don't consider that part of the main programming that you guys watch on the regular, and we won't count that. But that's just if you guys want to include that. Everything else been like again nitpicking. The moments themselves, though, the stories, they've been fired.
And especially with NXT, some of the new folks, some are going to catch on quicker than others. I mean, look at the rising star that is Javon Evans, for example.
Yes, sir. Yo,
He's been on the rise since he got there, and you look at folks maybe like a Brooks Jensen, who folks wanted to be that way, but for whatever reason, maybe the powers that be don't quite see him there just yet. Or even guys like a Dante Chan, Alexis King, and Eddie Thorpe.
Even John, even Briggs, right?
Yeah, that's what I touched on. Like with him and Briggs and there's another one where we've been on for a minute. they're still trying to find a zone. And again, sometimes it takes time. Rome wasn't built in the day. Some folks got to put that extra couple hours in after school to try to make sure they get their reps and get that knowledge in. But you got to want to put that work in.
And then so to say, right? Like this is the way I view it too. In terms of NXT talent coming up, let's just say if going up was a reward, or not a reward, but an award. Like you know how you got the MVP, the 6th Man of the Year, those awards. Like if you only had a handful of those to give out each year, then I would think you give it to a mixture of a talent. Like you see how they bring up the Creed brothers. Like they might not be the most polished on the mic just yet, but they can fucking go.
You put them at the right scenario, like what we could get with Chad Gable, who could be a mouthpiece to them for the time being. Same with Ivy Nile
and Lyra Valkyria. Like they haven't given her a chance to go wild on the stick yet. I think, in my opinion, but it doesn't. She's still working the ring. She still go.
NXT Women's Champion.
And they got Braun Breaker. And Ilya. They've been letting them get their talking time. So if you do like that, things might work. You got Blair Davenport coming up. She's making a splash over on SmackDown.
It's only a matter of time for maybe we get a Roxanne Perez up. It might be a few years before we get like a Sol Rook or a Lola Levice up. I think they'll probably have room with the NXT Women's Belt beforehand, or even with the men's. I mean, how soon? How soon do you bring up Trick Williams, or maybe even bring Noam Dar back up to the main roster?
Right, like Blair Davenport. Like I feel like did she hold NXT Women's Gold over there?
NXT UK, yes. Regular NXT, I'm not certain.
Yeah, so like when I seen her, I felt like she was like already seeing her in NXT. I was like, oh no, this is a chick that they could really put on the main roster, right? And then they end up doing it. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of just they put her right there on SmackDown. She fits right in to me. Yeah, but NXT just I don't know if they want to take that step up and be that extra brand. I believe they can do it. They just have to establish what Raw and SmackDown's establishing. Like, okay, so where do we pull our developmental from now? Like, if they're becoming the main brand, I think I don't think you should be putting talent that we're not familiar with. Like, you see how it's some couple of weeks that they might just throw a random chick out there. We don't know who this chick is or who this dude is.
And like I said, that starts with establishing a food chain with NXT. And if you want to see, you want to incorporate some TNA names on top of that, that's fine, but have some sort of pecking order.
I think that'd be a great working relationship to help NXT get to the main, like help establish them, be a real third brand. You're mixing it in with a whole actual promotion.
And just think, the way to define it as a third brand, they're doing something completely different than what Raw and SmackDown are doing. Like Raw and SmackDown have the storytelling, but the NXT TNA partnership, that could be possible cross-brand warfare. It could be just, if you want to see some invasion shit, go to CW on Tuesdays. And then if whatever you miss on there, hit up Access on TNA, you'll catch a part 2 to that.
Yeah, it's gonna really, to me, I think it's gonna feel like separate worlds within the same world a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got the Raw and the SmackDown universes, they're gonna feel different. And then NXT feels like a little bit more open to the world. Like, okay, you don't know.
Yep.
Like
you thought you knew.
Yeah. Like, what if on CW, remember when I was saying, yo, what if they start incorporating the Japan talent that they working with? What if they start putting them guys on TV, get us familiar with them now? Like, okay, hold on. Now you're giving exposure to people that, like somebody like me, if I don't watch too much outside of WWE, now it's like, okay, now I'm getting familiar.
So, I believe tonight Noah starts their N1 tournament. So Josh Briggs is in Japan right now. Tavion Heights is in Japan right now. They're going to show out, represent NXT. And then, like I said, they have the working jobs with Marigold and potentially All Japan Pro Wrestling and a few other promotions, to name a few. So NXT they're putting an emphasis on the worldwide aspects of it. Yeah, WWE they're having the PLEs there, but NXT they're establishing the working relationships with those countries.
Just then, some people got this match tied up. They got Madrimov and Bud tied right now.
Yeah, it hasn't been much to write home about. I said it'll be champion's advantage. It doesn't bring real knockdown. Yep. So if you're not really putting damage on the champion will likely retain. That's how boxing almost always is.
Got to defeat the champion. Jelly Slam. I'm crying.
Now, which move is the bigger holy shit moment? Jelly Rolls choke slam, or the first time we saw Bad Bunny hit Johnny 1,000 Names with a Canadian Destroyer?
That's a good one.
Because both of them were like, what?
Facts. I think I'm gonna give it to Bunny just because he was in a match. But just seeing Jelly Roll do this too was impressive. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm telling you, like, don't matter who you are, if you got an ounce of heart in you, DX can work with it. They can find something for you.
No, and I think it's always fun to see celebrities get into the ring, right?
Well, it depends on who it is, too. I mean, like I said, it starts with you gotta want it, and it can't be no like bullshit type deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't like when it's forced. Like it feel like
for example, Snooki at WrestleMania. Need I say more? Kevin Federline on Raw on attacking John Cena. Hugh Jackman, I believe he knocked out the Miz, I think.
Even what's his name? Kevin Stewart, right? That's his name, Stewart. He was
John Stewart.
John Stewart.
I didn't want Cena to tie Flair's record.
Little cringy shit. Now I like when they get in there and be competitive and it look good. Like it look like, oh nah, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you did this on the regular, you a big dude. It ain't like you just had some small dude go in there and choke slam them or you know, this is a big dude, bro. Like
it's not like we saw MGK attempt a 450.
Yeah, like
now if he was able to hit that, it's a whole different story. But
and even MGK, right? Like when he did his thing, Kevin Owens powerbombed him off the stage or something. Like he knew he wasn't going to go in there and be washing people. Like just go in there and take the move.
Kevin will take care of him too.
Yeah, have fun. Who was it? KSI or Speed? They both took RKOs. Go in there, have fun moment, right?
Speed admitted he was legitimately fucked up after that RKO.
Now, those I would say it was cool because those are like content creators and you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So it was a little bit different. So it was cool for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, it's like if you know Randy Orton's got about 1.5 feet on height on you, at least 100 pounds on you, the last thing you can do is have your body go stiff.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to play celebrities of past, but I feel like in this era, I feel like I've seen a lot of celebrities work out, be athletic, like that time. So I'm not really surprised when I see a few people get down.
So what you're saying is a lot better than what we saw with Pete Rose and Drew Carey.
Yes. Yeah, like, I don't know what Vince McMahon's reaching out to the old head celebrities and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you got these dudes in the ring?
I mean, on that topic, we'll add them on the list as well. We should probably watch that match with was it Bam Bam Bigelow and Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah,
WrestleMania. We should probably watch that one because
that's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like as a grown man, I probably looked like damn. But as a kid, I thought it was like I really thought worlds were crossing over. Like I thought Lawrence was still in the NFL. Like you know what I'm saying, seeing him wear a jersey and all of it. Like
and I think that this wasn't that much after the Joe Theismann injury too. So it's like, oh shit, he a killer. And then fast forward a year to the Brawl for All finals with Bart Gunn and Butterbean, just throwing them to the wolves.
Also fun as a kid, like, and that time, remember we ain't got YouTube like that, so you hear all the story. Oh, Butterbean was beast. You just see highlights of him every time he's in a boxing fight and shit like that. So,
or even on the flip side, like Steve Wills was supposed to win that tournament, he gets knocked out in the first fight of the tournament. So yeah. Butterbean started to issue the receipt.
Yeah, shit was like shoot, right? Crazy.
Or even, do you remember old boy Daniel Peter from the Tough Enough competition?
Yeah.
They're doing a little grappling thing with Kurt Angle, and he puts Kurt in an actual Kimura lock. His receipt comes up the Rumble where you have Benoit, Eddie, and Bob Holly beating the dog shit out of him.
Yeah, I really like you know, some people stay in their lane, like they're not out there disrespecting the craft, and I think that's what I enjoy about the celebrities. Like you said, there's no bullshit. They in there really studying what they got to do to sell the moment.
But like I started with, they all have a level of respect for the craft.
Mm-hmm.
How often do we hear, oh, that shit's fake, or that shit's fugazi, whatever, blah blah, shit ain't real? When you have motherfuckers that are falling from 10 to 15 onto a table, onto a 1-inch pad on the concrete, you have folks that are potentially getting dropped on their heads from power drives or suplexes or whatever. The antics, yes, may be staged and possibly choreographed on some occasions, but you can't deny that it's not a level of sport. You cannot deny certain levels of physicality. So you mean to tell me when Gunter chops the soul out of you and your chest is bleeding everywhere, that shit's fake? You gonna tell me that's all ketchup right there?
Right. And
when Darby Allin dies with the pane of glass, he starts bleeding all over the place. You gonna tell me that's all ketchup right there?
And if you really want to sell the man's chop, right, there's a technique to really get the loudest sound out of it. Like when they sit tense up like that, you ain't really gonna get much out of it.
Or even when Chris Van Vliet was at the flatback school, the school of Sean Spears and Tyler Breeze, and he's willingly taking the chops. And Spears, he is not letting up in the slightest. He's letting him know, like, you sure you want this? I'm asking you one more time. You sure you want this? You can say no. I want this. Bam!
Yep. There's a respect for it now. Like, I feel like celebrities used to go in there and just get that bag, make an appearance, a walkthrough. Like, there's a genuine respect now for what's going on. And
there's an appreciation because a lot of the folks that are celebrities today, much like us, we grew up watching this, so we appreciate the craft. We appreciate what they do. Yeah, you can do the whole don't try it at home, whatever. Yes, a lot of us are well versed on what happened with guys like Owen Hart. We're well versed on the Benoit situation. We've seen the Lex Luger spot on YouTube and WCW. We've seen some of us have willingly paid for and stomached Ric Flair's last match where he has a heart attack mid-match. We're well aware of these risks that folks take. But much like even watching a circus to a degree, I'm not saying disrespectfully, but or watching a box MMA fight, we appreciate themselves putting their bodies on the line. Or even like Nitro Circus as well. Like we appreciate what they're doing. Even with the X Games that we see in summer and winter, we appreciate what they're doing because they're doing this for our entertainment and for our appeasement.
That's a big fact. Again, I thought tonight was a phenomenal show. I'm interested to see how Berlin shapes out because I kind of thought about what Snakes was saying, right? I haven't seen much presentation for Bad Shot Berlin. Like they kind of just do the graphic in the bottom. Oh yeah, in 4 weeks you're gonna have
what I've noticed with each PLE respectively, everyone's been, like I said, 3 to 5 weeks apart. But in that time frame, each PLE is getting its own respective build-up each go-around. So we'll probably see everything kickstart. I assume it's going to be a more of a raw dominant because I said they've been trading off PLEs, but or maybe it could be more Smack dominant, but still, like now that we're past SummerSlam, come Monday, come Friday, we will start seeing the build-ups for that, and it's going to get 4 solid weeks, 8 shows from Raw and SmackDown combined. It's going to be just fine.
Would you be mad if we seen a triple threat match between Gunther, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest?
It depends how we get there. As of right now, I'd much rather see a triple threat of Priest, Gunther, and maybe Drew, because Drew could chime in saying, all your pinfalls those were on Sheamus. They weren't on me. Or something like that.
They could get into a war of words tomorrow, Monday, where
or even Seth could say, I'm owed a rematch.
Finn can argue to Gunther, look, you kicked me in the head, but you only champion because I put your foot on the rope. Like Finn could start talking his shit to Gunther, like in reality, Damian had you beat in my eyes, but I had to help you, and I only did that to screw over Damian.
I still feel Seth has a horse in the race because he was never granted an official rematch.
Now I do feel that, but I feel like we're gonna get a segment between Seth, Punk.
I can easily see Punk and Seth, or Punk and Drew running it back in Berlin. And maybe we get Punk Seth round 1 at Bad Blood. Like I said, Raw and SmackDown collectively they're gathering an abundance of blood feuds.
Nah, they definitely are. It's gonna be interesting to see. I think, did Bud win? I think Bud won.
Yeah. Terrence Crawford is the new super welterweight champion. And the fight didn't seem like much. They gave one of the folks representing Riyadh's sponsorships a commemorative belt before the fight started after the Eminem concert. They doing the Triple H thing. Everybody gets a belt.
Got to sell the moment of the city for them.
But as far as boxing, what's the next big fight? Canelo next month?
Mayweather, John Gotti.
Mayweather Gotti in Mexico.
I believe August 24th, somewhere around there.
Oh, it's this month.
I believe so, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I thought it wasn't until like the winter, but shit, you might be right. Now, I have mixed emotions about that matchup because I saw the first fight and it was a shit show. I question Gotti's discipline because yes, it's a money grab for both of them.
Yep, August 24th.
Hopefully, Gotti and that family can stay out of the crosshairs with the cartel over there. But I don't think Mayweather is well liked in Mexico either.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting setup right there.
Yeah. Hopefully they just get in, get out, go home. Ain't no bullshit, ain't no extracurricular drama. Yeah. Once I saw that they were going to have the fight in Mexico, I thought that was very questionable.
Yeah, that's the only thing right now that I know. I'm not sure when the Jake Paul. I know that's coming up soon too. Like, yo, it's so crazy because like
J-
we're
if
already in
Jake and
August.
if Jake and Mike happens, that'll be November 15th. If that happens,
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna run through August low key. Like we got Berlin happening at the end of the month. Like it's gonna be another 4 weeks of shit happening.
the week before Berlin, we got Wembley,
Yeah. The
but
only thing that's interesting to me is gonna be the slow. I feel I don't want to call it a slowdown, but I want to see how they gonna build Bad Blood with nothing basically. Like there's no PLE in September that I see.
nope, there's not. We double checked that last night. So
Mm-hmm.
we have Berlin, and then we have Bad Blood. Bad Blood is a little over 60 days away in
That's
Hotland, Georgia.
unless
It-
they
it's
do some surprise show, like, but I don't see it. Maybe an NXT PLE just to give the fans.
maybe if that might be all we get. What you get? I'm not mad at it. Everything is just perfectly timed. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah,
But I mean, but real quick back to Wembley. After what I saw this past Wednesday, and to what I was reading about yesterday, I'm losing my faith.
I've been lost faith.
But like I said, I wanted to give them an ounce of hope, and every time when I give them an ounce of hope, they give me every reason as to why I did that in the first place. They made me question my judgment on that. It's like, why?
Like I feel like last year Wembley card, I really wanted to see Punk versus Samoa Joe. That was the
And the
sell.
match was fine.
But no, I'm saying like that's really all I really tuned in for. This year I'm not getting none of that. So it's like this just looked like a regular card to me, with all due respect. Like Brian is working
Well,
on another card. We seen MJ. We're getting a rematch. Like they gave us the switch of the title on a regular Wednesday, and now we see
yeah,
a rematch.
but the rumor is Britt could potentially be taken off that card against Mercedes
Yeah, that's
because
another
of
thing. Like, come on.
because of the drama that broke yesterday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's like that event got bad juju surrounding it right now. Or like it's just like unfortunate that around this time period, some dumb shit be happening for AEW.
For most, if not all, of their quote unquote big shows, they've all been clouded by situations, whether it be Andrade punches Sammy Guevara in the face trying to get fired, whether it's the brawl out situation, whether it's the Jungle Boy situation, the Jericho drama, which I think was around at Wembley as well. You name it. Like there's been a whole lot of bullshit that surrounded a lot of these big shows, which makes us forget of the matches from the cards. Now, most of these cards with their being for in general, a lot of folks forget what happened in the shows
Is it
anyways.
is it
So,
is it is it that it make us forget, or is it more entertaining than the show? Sorry to say.
I
Like the
mean,
like
drama. I'd say there's more drama, which takes away from it. But let's look at Revolution for example. Sting's retirement show. All folks remember is Darby falling through the glass on a 4-hour show. Do you remember anything else from that pay per view? I certainly don't.
no, because I got TOS for that video. So I'm always remember that video. That clip, that segment. That shit permanently stays with me. I can't remove it.
Okay. Maybe it's a little different for you.
Nah, but all jokes aside, though, nah, you're right though. I don't even remember. Like, I can't. That's the only spot I remember. The Bucks tipping him over the lat or holding
And,
his.
and I
his
and I want to say their very first Revolution. You had Adam Cole debut, and then less than 90 seconds later, you have Brian Danielson debut. Just because. Like they do this to themselves. They cannot stay out of their own goddamn way. And
Wembley fucked up because that was presented as like they WrestleMania once it became Wembley. Before that, it was the other shit. What was
All
the
Out
shit?
in Chicago.
Right. Then you get this shit, the All In shit in Wembley. Now it become like that's like it should have just been like what WWE doing. Like, yeah, we going overseas. This is our way to expand. It shouldn't be like, oh, this is where we're gonna put the most fire of fire and because all y'all shows is kind of fire. Like in terms of pay-per-views, y'all pay-per-views is fire, but it's what's making this really different. The spectacle.
What makes us want to watch it, aside from me handing you $50?
Right. Cause y'all in London. Like, come on.
And here's kind of I guess we can call it irony with them. It's like, one, do all shows need to be 4 hours long? No. Does Tony ultimately put on great pay-per-view cards? Yes, I'll give him that. Most of the time, they're pretty good cards that exceed some expectations. But it's the before and after which turns people away. And no matter what happens, no matter how bad it is, Tony Khan and Dave Meltzer will be on all fours trying to justify why everything is quote unquote great. In Tony Khan's eyes, nothing is ever wrong with AEW. Everyone is just jealous of AEW. Sir, if Triple H was remotely jealous or envious of you guys, he would have already bought you guys out years ago. I could promise you that. If he thought you guys were worth a damn, he would have NXT on Wednesdays, same time as Dynamite, and they would be running roughshod over you.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like the whole point, like Tony Khan fucked himself, right? And I'm gonna tell you why.
Definitely.
And we know that he's fucked himself on many occasions, but I felt like his mission statement was to get Vince out of power. The second that shit happened, WWE went fucking up.
They
fucking went up.
The main thing that fucked over AEW was Vince McMahon losing power. That's what fucked them over, because again, that they needed that. Tony Khan needed to justify him stating they're the evil empire. They're the Harvey Weinstein of pro wrestling. We're better. I got more money than them. I got this. Blah blah blah. Well, here's the thing. You paid for Wembley twice now. London, the country, or the United Kingdom, is paying WWE to bring a WrestleMania there. And not only that, like I said, maybe a Stand and Deliver, a Raw, SmackDown, NXT. So essentially 6 shows. London is paying Triple H this to bring them here. You are just spending and wasting your money.
The thought of that is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. And like I said, yes, you guys have had full houses for these Texas shows. It's an esports venue. It's a very small venue. Kudos to you.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you're not giving folks a reason to tune in. Like, one of the reasons why I say this past I know absolutely fucking sucked was a match between. Now again, I actually love the name of this faction because Mark Briscoe named it the Conglomeration. I don't care. That's fucking funny. But you have Mark Briscoe, Ishii, Orange Cassidy. I don't fucking care. On the flip side, you have Roderick Strong representing Undisputed Kingdom, and then you throw in 2 random fuckers on top of that. You throw in Rouge, who has funk with your own faction, and then you throw in fucking Mortos, who has funk with anybody states had to begin with, supposedly. So you have 3 random folks instead of having just the Undisputed Kingdom versus the Conglomeration. Why create a faction that's a ripoff of Undisputed Era in WWE and you don't do fuck all with them? Roderick Strong, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, Wardlow, Adam Cole. Adam Cole's injured. I'll buy you that one. But what about the other four? The fuck happened to Wardlow? Where's Matt Taven and Mike Bennett? Where's Maria Kanellis?
The replay is officially up, and so is the post show.
I know what you're watching tonight.
Sir.
I'll tell you, it is a beautiful show. Like I said earlier, like it's rare when anyone just says this is the PLE that I will happily rewatch. It was that damn good. I will love when this show has its 5-year anniversary. This podcast right here, let's rewatch this PLE because of how special it was. I'm curious to see how this PLE stands the test of time moving forward.
I'm already seeing how say SummerSlam. This SummerSlam is beating SummerSlam in 15 years. That's how good it was. People already booking this to smack future SummerSlams. Like, that's how crazy.
Like I said, I can see an argument where this one show contests both nights of WrestleMania. I can see how this show matches up against the takeovers. This show was absolutely special. And it's a testament that not every show needed to have 10, 12, 20 fucking matches on the card. You have your quality shit. You have other stuff that you have in the wings. You're just letting it build to get better and better, to ensure it's a main event level show. With this show specifically, we talked about it yesterday and then a few weeks past. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't have mattered the order of this card. It would have been as good, regardless of the order.
It looked like
now, granted, what we got in this main event, it justifies the main event being the main event, so that's a little different. But as far as the rest of the matches, like it didn't matter who went on where. We could have started with Bayley versus Nia. We could have started with Punk versus Drew. We could have started with anybody else. Like what we saw was an actual like landmark statement.
Let me ask you something.
WWE.
You felt like when they announced 57,000, did you feel like that was a little bit? Did you expect them to throw a higher number out there?
To be honest, I'm kind of shocked they didn't break 60.
I'm glad they were at least honest, though.
Then because with the setup or whatever, it took a couple matches for folks to get in that venue because a lot of folks were still hanging by the pre-show setup still, and this like half an hour before the show starts. So like again, it's a great number. I'm surprised that, like I said, I'm shocked this wasn't a sellout. I'm shocked that this wasn't like a record-breaking crowd to that degree. But again, like it's a testament to them holding in surprises.
I guess
like, I'm sure had folks knew Roman was going to be there, that might have pushed more tickets or whatever. But again, that's fine.
Right, I was just about to say that. Like, it set the tone for really can't miss PLE shit again. Like,
you don't know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. And like I said, they have so many things going on to where it seems like regardless of what direction they go into, there's no wrong answer. And the fact that they've been able to do that consistently, yeah, there's been a couple questionable things here and there. I mean, yeah, you have the stuff with Cody and AJ, but aside from that blemish and maybe the hiccups by Tongaloa, what had they really messed up on the main roster? Nothing. And I don't think they've ever been this consistently hot, ever. Aside from maybe the Attitude Era, but that's apples and oranges the way I see it.
It's been a hell of a fucking ride into the SummerSlam. Like, I was thinking about that earlier. I'm like, bro, it's like WWE really taking us on a fun ride and journey where we get to do this every week, a couple times out the weekend. really talk about the shit that we love and fantasy book and do all this shit that we basically do and dissect the craft. You know what I'm saying?
Also, I can confirm Zilla was in the crowd during the PLE.
Fire. Pump faking people, you heard?
He would. I guess he's allegedly he skipped out of an indie event today, but he was just chilling in the crowd.
Pump
Also, WWE Shop just put out a Roman Reigns commemorative WWE title belt, and this son bitch looks clean.
Oh, wait, I'm about to go look that up.
I'm putting it in the group Twitter right now. You should be seeing it any second now. How much is this bitch gonna cost?
I've always wanted to get those belts, but they run a little too much for my spending habits. Not even gonna lie.
Do I order that shirt now? I think yes.
They got the tank tops too.
They got the tank top. They got the hoodie. They got
Yeah.
the t-shirt. Everything but the long sleeve. Again, I can't stress this enough. Tonight was we are spoiled as fans. I'm just going to say it like we are spoiled.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
Like I said, SmackDown is now can't miss. Raw is can't miss. Also, I'm just now seeing that clip of Tonga missing the ring post. It looks like it was almost by design.
Which spot is that?
Where Tama Tonga is holding up Tonga Loa, and then just before Tama hits him with that splash, Tonga will push him in that corner. Based on his running pattern, it looks like it was by design. Like he meant to do that.
I felt like that. It shit still looked weird though.
Because almost like he's so strong, he can just ragdoll you as he sees fit. That's how it comes off to me. Folks will probably argue otherwise, but I'm just speaking on what I see. And after the Punk and Drew match, Punk was seen being embraced by Stephanie McMahon in a hug.
Mm.
And that would have been a
Fact,
moment if it was on camera.
Will said Raw and SmackDown about to be crazy this week. That's a fact, bro.
Most beyond a shadow of a doubt, like, it's gonna be insane. Like I said, I don't think the way SmackDown's been doing their shows, I can see it being justified that they go to 3 hours, but let's see how everything else elevates. But just what we have looking forward to Raw this Monday.
Oh, that Roman belt is sick.
Ooh. Yeah, but I said just we only scratched the surface of what we can see on Raw, and that I'm salivating already at that.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I mean, anything else before we get out of here?
No, like I said, if you want to give them a little bonus treat, I'm down for it. Like I said, there's so much more that we can uncover, whether between the boxing, from the Olympics. If y'all want to cover Vultures and other music that came out this week, we can do that as well. Or if you want to wait out for Monday, I'm here for everything.
Yeah, I think probably wait up till Monday. I'm about to rewatch the SummerSlam, see anything notable on the post conference, see what the Twitters is looking like, checking on these updates.
Just soak it all in.
Hell yeah. Like you said earlier, this is one of the rare instances where, like, I want to appreciate everything all over again, because it's kind of like a movie, right? With some of your favorite movies, you could catch everything, but as the human brain, is it really registering everything all at once? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I really dodging everything? Everything, is there something I might have missed? Body
And
language,
also,
facial
on,
expression.
the- on the topic of like movies and shit, like the Joker, I saw that a few times in theaters. Avengers Endgame, I saw that a few times in theaters. Uh, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker, I saw several times in theaters. I plan on seeing Deadpool a few more times in theaters because those movies were that good. This SummerSlam is no exception to that rule. It was that good. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, like right now, I'm watching Rhea Ripley walk out. Now Liv is coming out.
Oh, you wasted no time.
No time, no time. I just don't. I don't got it high, right, for the copyright purposes. But
I love it.
yeah, I'm like, man, just like I want to see that moment where Dom does what he does again. You know what I'm saying?
The eyes, Chico. The eyes never lie.
The backstage segments with Finn and Damien. You know, a few things that they might not post up on social media, right? Like we always see people kind of post up the same moments. I just want to like I said, catch the little things that might matter to me.
I have somewhat breaking news, but so in SummerSlam for the Japanese commentary was throughout the show was Pro Wrestling Noah legend Naomichi Marufuji. Immediately when Gunther was crowned champion, Marufuji told the media, "I want to fight him. I want next."
Ooh,
That ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, if you have not seen Naomichi Marufuji in action, you do not want to miss that.
not gonna lie,
If
too. This could be
if
a
that
hot
were to
take.
happen,
This could be a hot take for AEW fans, but I feel like WWE could do a way better job at a Worlds Collide than a Forbidden Door. They already got the name, right? Like if they really want to tap into that
Mhm.
Worlds Collide bag, that should be crazy.
Just think NXT potentially some main roster folks, Pro Wrestling Noah, maybe Lucha Libre AAA, Konan's promotion,
TNA.
Progress Wrestling from the UK, TNA.
Marigold, just to have the females incorporated, right? Or or the
Maybe All
star.
Japan Pro Wrestling. There's so many promotions that they are now setting up relationships with. Like I said, they are they're making so much money. They're willing to hand out that the checks that they get from all these big shots to everybody else, saying, "Hey, no, everybody eating now."
I think the build will be impeccable too. Like you see how AEW, they gotta surround their whole show for the month building into the Forbidden Door. Nah, WWE all gotta do is one segment on each show. Literally. Oh, like you said, a few main Raw. It's not taking up the whole Raw. It's not taking up the whole SmackDown. Even like it could be a one-off PLE. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see how they doing 2 in 1 month right now.
And then the folks that they incorporate with it's all within reason. Like, because it's either folks have history there or there's some family history there from their past. Everything has purpose. Everything has significance. That's why they're making all these moves.
Yep. And that could be
AJ Styles this year went to Pro Show to fight Marufuji because one, they've never had a one-on-one, and AJ's always wanted to go back to Japan. He can't really do some stuff in New Japan because they have the AEW partnership right now. So Noah is the next best thing, and Marufuji is an absolute fucking legend. He's a fucking dog.
that could be NXT's way also to establish themselves as a third brand, have it make sense where you got the main roster and NXT come under one roof for a PLE instead of just shoving, oh yeah, the Royal Rumble with NXT superstars, or like you know how they tried to include NXT into a ready main event or main roster PLEs. Like this would be a way that all right, everybody's already included and shed some light on what's going on NXT along with the other wrestling promotions.
Or again, I said with the N1, you have two rising stars from NXT in this tournament. Like you like to an argument like how New Japan calls her Ricky's young lions, you essentially have two young lions in this tournament. You have two Rickies in this tournament, and this is the second biggest tournament in Japan. Probably the second biggest tournament in the world. Everybody is earning their keep.
For sure, though.
But as we wind down, I will let you enjoy rewatching history. I will be enjoying the N1 as well as the G1 immediately following that.
Hell yeah.
Stop it for me, folks.
Chat, we appreciate y'all so much kicking it with us. You know what I'm saying? Talking wrestling and jumping in on the conversation. This is what we love, man. Off the hip, Unwelcome Your Thoughts. My brother Snake Eyes, my brother Razor. We out.